Well,
Damn,
howdy, folks. How are you? Got me and the great Wes Moody webcast this evening. We are here we're going to discuss the stimulus bill, all the ramifications from it. We're also going to get into the most recent thing that broke just a while ago, and it looks like President Trump is going to veto this thing, which is good news. Anybody that is a freedom-loving American would agree that it's good news. And listen, the bottom line here is this: it is now down to not a Democrat or Republican issue. This is an issue of, if you're in favor of authoritarianism or you're in favor of living free. That's what it boils down to. It's not. It has nothing to do with the D or the R next to your name anymore. And I think we as Americans and people around the globe need to understand what's going on in our countries, because it's things like this that are. In spite of our situation with COVID and already horrible restrictions that we have, they're looking to pile on and really, really go and double down on infringing on our right to just live. I mean, this is bad. And of course, the stimulus package itself, when it came out, well, my first reaction was I was really ticked off. And I'll say this: a majority of the Republicans in Congress showed their true colors. They rolled over and took it in the back hole. They really did, and that's not an exaggeration, folks. And I know I put it in a rather crass way, but that's the truth of it. They rolled over and allowed themselves to get, just take it up the rear end. And
it confirms our suspicions of them for a while now, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, McConnell and a number of those other ones. They're rhinos. They're absolutely rhinos. They go where the wind blows. And
McConnell,
yeah,
McConnell's in bed with China, just the way Biden is.
So he's another globalist. Just really quick, I want to say hi to Macney 90, great artist of the Phantom Menace. Macney 90 popped in here. Of course, longtime friend and supporter to Helam. Great to see you, my friend. Lopter, Demon King of Inferno, great supporter of the Bounding Into Comics channel and also this channel. Parrot Head, stalwart guy, he's always here. Roof Korean, have to work in the AM, listening while I sleep. I'm here in spirit. Thank you, buddy.
All right.
Appreciate you. Christy's here, of course, modding.
Hey, Christy.
Christy, if, at any point in time, if you want on the panel, just send me a DM and I will send you a link. Yeah, so we are rocking in the chat so far, and I'm sure more people will show up as we continue. But yeah, getting back to that package, the $600 was a slap in the face, and kudos to Tulsi Gabbard, because she went out on Twitter, and went to bat for the American people and said, this is a slap in the face.
It was very offensive.
And she called it. And I will say this for Tulsi Gabbard. Sure, there's issues that I don't agree with her on. There are some things that I don't see eye to eye with her on, but if anybody doubts now that she is a proud American and for the American people, I'll defend her all day. Because she proved that she is. YetiCast, great to see you, my friend.
Hail YetiCast.
Awesome. Thank you for coming by. Captain Trek, he was just on the stream with Wes and I, Trekking Tuesday. So glad that Captain Trek is here, of course. And I was proud of Tulsi Gabbard. I was also proud of the 6 Republicans that stood up and said no. I mean,
6.
they deserve credit. And I know Rand Paul was among them. He had reservations from the word go. Ted Cruz, who has long since been red pilled, he continued his consistency on things, and
So, in your opinion, Drew, is this a preview of what we'll be getting under a Biden-Harris administration if that happens?
Well, yeah, because they outright handed in that bill, and we'll break down some of the nonsense, and this is just, and we'll tell you folks, like, just some of the nonsense spending that was in there, like my God, like just sending money to Pakistan for gender studies. Are you kidding me? I mean, what is that? Sending money to the Sudan, what's that accomplish? And I noticed there was quite a bit of expenditure in that bill. And folks, if you get a chance to go back and look at some of the itemized things on there, you'll see that there's a nice, cozy amount of money for the military-industrial complex. Gee, I wonder why. Boy, they always get their way, especially when the Democrats write up bills, boy. This is a precursor to what we're going to see under the Biden-Harris administration, because they're certainly not going to oppose legislation like that. They'll sign it through in a heartbeat. And this is why the Georgia runoffs are important, or we perceive that they're important. But I hope that if the Republicans hold and win the Georgia runoffs, that at least we have a Congress that'll work. But after this stunt, I'm certainly not optimistic. But anyway, I mean, that was some of the, just a little bit of the nonsense spending in there. And President Trump outlined it as well in the tweet that he made. But, RR says 190 billion was for the American people. Rest was for collectivist dystopian weed dream projects across the globe. Yeah, you're exactly right about that. But here's the thing that bothered me, and I wanted to get to this because this affects content creators not only on this platform, but this also affects people on Twitch and anywhere else that you're creating content, be it DLive, any of those places. Although I'm not sure what the actual individual policies like on DLive and BitChute and places like that are, but they were talking about a federal law that said that, quote unquote, unauthorized streaming was going to be a felony in federal law.
Yep.
Now, I understand where they're getting that, because they're trying to cut down the amount of people watching things on the high seas. I understand that part of it. But a lot of this is driven by DMCA takedowns. And DMCA takedowns have been getting really bad across Twitch, across this platform. And it was due to here lately, I would say probably about the past 7 months or so, the record companies have come out and they decided they needed more money. So what are we going to do? Well, let's go and just drop DMCA takedown after DMCA takedown on, streamers. So people across Twitch, many of them got their entire library of VODs deleted because Twitch caved a while ago to the pressure from all these big, music companies, things like that. And then, of course, YouTube has been seemingly working hand in hand with these for a while because, God, anytime you get, a claim on your channel, if you want to try to get that claim taken off, gee, guess what? Usually you have to delete the piece of content. It's stupid. So it's, as bad as it is, okay, you're talking about weaponizing DMCA under the law. And here's the ramification for that. Let's say you're a small streamer, that you're streaming a game like GTA 5 that has copyrighted music in it, but technically it should be A-okay because the music's already part of the game. But guess what? You will still get hit because it's a song that people know and everything else. So, oh my God, you broke the law. So what are you going to do? Get feds knocking at your door? Cut that out. I mean, this is terrible. They're going to bust down the door of like Twitch streamers. It's funny because at one time, there was that whole thing with people doing swatting pranks on people. And unfortunately, those aren't funny, by the way.
Not funny.
But that would be the only instance of streamers getting their door knocked in by the feds was or by law enforcement was for something like that. Now you can legitimately get your door knocked in because you played a snippet of a song that somebody knows.
We're rapidly entering the world of Cyberpunk 2077 here, aren't we? Kind of seems that way, doesn't it?
The corps are running it. And that is what is concerning to me because a number of the comments here in chat talking about it and Hail Base God 14 Eric Retro Rogues, great to see you, buddy. A lot of concern about how the new copyright laws will affect content creators. Yeah, we are concerned about that. It's a major concern. And RR says sounded like they wanted a broad net to throw out there so they can utilize it whenever they disagree with the content creator. And there's that too. Stone Cold Jeremy, hail! Great to see you,
Stone Cold Jeremy, welcome, my friend.
Tehillim, right on the money. Live streams are a part of people's income. That's a big part of people's income right now because look, people go to Twitch, even though it's a cesspool. It's like, seriously, you want to talk about a leftist echo chamber now, just go over to Twitch. It's bad. It's degenerated into a softcore porn haven and a leftist echo chamber, and it's bad. But the thing is, it's still easy to get monetization on Twitch. And if you're a game streamer, it's still the most convenient thing at the moment to go and try to, make some headway, especially if you're hurting for income. So I can't fault people for going over there. I mean, I still have a Twitch channel. It's monetized, but I don't stream on it. I haven't streamed on it in quite a while, but yeah, you know, I could go over there and fire up content, but the thing is, you know, that's in jeopardy because take for example, I used to stream Dead by Daylight quite a bit when I was a Twitch streamer before I came over here to YouTube. Right before I got my gig with Bounding into Comics about a year and a half ago, you know, I had been on Twitch for a number of years and streaming over there. And hey, Rowan Ginger Raven, great to see you.
Hail, Rowan Ginger Raven.
You know, if you would like a link, just let me know. If you want to come on and discuss the stimulus package, same with you, Loki.
Hey, Loki.
Great to see you. Yeah, just hit me with a DM and we'll get you on. But yeah, I used to stream like Dead by Daylight there. But the thing to know was I would have my Spotify playing, you know, because it was good for me. It was good for the audience. It kept people engaged with the stream because, you know, just to have a little music playing underneath wasn't any big deal. And Twitch used to be chill about it. They didn't come down hard on you because sure, they had a filter for music, but if you kept your music at a certain volume, yeah, they didn't go and you know, bust your balls about it or take your bod down or anything like that. You could slip it through. It was no big deal. And you know, they allowed that forever. And then all of a sudden, over this past year, when they changed, the last time they changed the TOS, right before they put in the new ridiculous TOS they just put in, they started dropping DMCAs on people. And a lot of people lost their entire library of past videos, everything. So I feel for the streamers that happened to. But this is a whole new territory. I mean, you're talking about people being brought up on charges, you know, and they talk about the jails being overcrowded now and facilities being overcrowded with nonsense arrests for like marijuana, things like that. What about the nonsense arrests for just not doing anything wrong at all?
It's going to be a dystopian technocracy where, you know, slowly but surely on all of your devices, get a VPN, folks. I think that's a good way to guard against a lot of this. But, you know, VPN's probably a good idea anyway. But, I mean, it's vague. I mean, they're saying that it's after, you know, the services that maybe provide the high seas. But, I mean, it's ambiguous. It's ambiguous. There's not enough details in it, really. I mean, and even if it is going after them, it's a prelude to them going after us because, I mean, that's just how it always works, whether with government overreach, whether it's with like, you know, the people spending time in federal prison for like marijuana charges years ago or, you know, whatever it is, it's a huge government overreach. And the whole point of this bill, allegedly, supposedly, was to get COVID relief to people. And I mean, look at how large this bill is, and then look at how little people are getting out of it. I mean, it's a huge giveaway to the special interests. I find it offensive. I'm offended.
Yeah.
Like we're not going to know what's going on or something.
Congrats to Helam. Great to hear that. You know, keep grinding and keep growing, my man. We will certainly get the word out about your channel and get you some more subs. Count on that, my friend.
Good job, nice Helam. Everybody give Helam a sub there and a look.
All right. We're going to bring our esteemed friend, Rowan Ginger Raven, aboard, a.k.a. Kate. Very, very, very intelligent lady. Oh, and I want to welcome her to the broadcast.
Hola.
Welcome.
Hey, Kate.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Merry Christmas.
Merry
Happy
Christmas to you as well.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
I've got sprinkles all over my desk right now because I was sending out cards. I'm way late doing it.
Oh dear. We'll get there next year. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. All right, Kate. So, what's your take on the stimulus package as is?
Well, it was vetoed apparently,
Mm-hmm.
so that's good. I'm glad that people are. I don't know if. I mean, I guess since people expanded the quote unquote pill metaphor to a black pill, I think it's about time for a yellow pill, which sounds terrible. But if people don't start taking, albeit drastic, but significant measures like not paying their taxes, it's we're fucked, completely fucked.
Well, yeah, we'll get into that concept on it.
But as far as like the pork in the bill, that's par for the course.
Oh yeah. Well, the guise of it being COVID relief was a joke because that $600 was a joke, and I think they did that. They meant to trigger people. They wanted people bitching, moaning, yelling about the $600 because guess what? They can just go and slip in all this stuff and nobody isn't going to say a word because everybody's going to be bitching about the $600. They knew that. And
it's the arrogance of these people.
Yeah, I know. And that is what pisses me off to high heaven. When you look at the expenditures, like we were saying, money to Pakistan for gender studies and money to the Sudan and all this money to Israel and all this money to this, that, and the other. All these countries, which, by the way, most of them are third world holes. And I'm just going to say it, what are we sending them money for? Or what are they going to do? Reinforce their mud huts, put fancy roofs and gutters on them? I mean, come on. This is a friggin' joke. And you've got a significant homeless problem in this country right now.
Mm-hmm.
You have people that are going to be evicted that are being evicted right now as we speak.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the process is in place. And here in California, they can't do it till, I think, March.
I think the reason that this ended up being vetoed and such a big deal, however, is that the people making this bill, and it's not Congress. If you've been around, they're not writing their own bills like they're supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that it became completely bipartisan and we saw right through the bullshit. Everyone saw through the bullshit this time, which never happens. And the question is, how do you capitalize on that cultural momentum and start to pivot towards a liberty-minded society? And that is fucking difficult.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I really think that the America First movement that happened under the president, that definitely grew and thrived under the president is a good thing, because that is a step closer to getting a new way of thinking, a new political party, and people that are focused on doing the right thing for this country.
Mm-hmm.
And taking care of the problems of this country. And that is what we're missing. All these people that want to send money around the globe, but you're ignoring the problem here.
The problem.
Yeah, go ahead, Kate. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, I know, they're terrible. It's old. It's like 10 years old. But the problem is government. And how do you move away from that? And I understand when I hear America First, I know you mean liberty. But most people don't necessarily think that. They probably think, oh, roads and schools, my roads. I'm like, dude, no. I want you first. That's what I want. I want me first. That's just so... not 100% with the narrative, but I know what you mean because we're on the same page. That's the difficulty.
I think at some point Atlas is going to shrug and the states are going to just have to turn their back on the federal government and say this government is illegal and illegitimate.
Yes.
And we need to have new elections and go back to the
And that-
Constitution.
Absolutely. But that's also feeds into my stop paying your damn taxes point. Because the second people who pay all of them do, other than obviously rich white liberals, because they are, they get whatever the fuck they want, then perhaps that's what the outcome will be, hopefully. And that it's just a question of coming down. Could it get? It could get violent. Will it get violent? I don't believe so. At least not more violent than we're seeing in fucking riots.
Well, those are bought and paid for. It's astroturf.
I know, but that doesn't mean make them less violent.
Well, here's my greatest concern. I didn't see enough in that bill to help like the average guy that might have their dream might have been to own a bar, and now guess what? Their bar's out of business because of stupid ass COVID restrictions.
Right. So you want restitutions, which will never happen because it's government.
And then
$600 ain't doing shit for you if you're a small business owner, a sole proprietor.
It's not doing shit for a person living by themselves who has a full-time job.
Yep.
It's like probably half an extra paycheck.
Well, $600, I mean, put it that way, for a family of three, and it doesn't matter what state you live in, for a family of three, even, a man, a woman, and a child. Okay. A family of three, that's maybe, if you really budget it, that's like 2 grocery trips. That's a month of groceries. That's it. That's it. And, and that $600 was a complete joke. But the problem is, like I was saying, there's nothing for small business. There's nothing for homeless people out there. I mean, you see over and over, and I hate hammering on the blue states and blue cities problem, but you see the friggin' tent cities.
It's a theme.
You see the tent cities of homeless people in these blue states in major cities, and I want to see those people uplifted and put under a safe roof, not living out of cars, not living, not wondering if they're going to wake up the next night because, they're vulnerable because somebody could just walk by and mug them. I mean, this is ridiculous.
Well, in California here, see, a lot of that homelessness, I believe, and I partially agree with the policy, but Prop 47, it let out nonviolent offenders. And so a lot of these people couldn't find jobs, so they ended up homeless. But unfortunately, there was nothing there for them. So, no one will hire them because they have a criminal record. And, they end up on the streets. And it's sad. If they were going to pass something like that, there should have been something in place. And while I agree that we shouldn't lock up nonviolent offenders, I mean, there should have been something there to reacclimate them into society, and that's why you see so many homeless. I think in California is Prop 47.
The loan terms in this bill, Loki says, is to help small businesses a 30-year payback loan with no interest for 1 year for maximum $25,000. That is a fucking joke. When it takes nearly, I don't know, minimum probably close to $75,000 to $100,000, and that's if you have a small business to operate. Come on, I mean, that's a joke.
If it's a brick and mortar business like a restaurant, your overhead is probably at least.
Oh God, yeah, exactly.
Because odds are you employ at least 10 people, and likely closer to 20.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it was outrageous every which way, and you hit on a good point earlier, Kate, with taxes, because I was talking to somebody I think yesterday, and if you go back in history, the Revolutionary War was fought over no taxation without representation, right? Well, guess what? It's still taxation without representation because the representation is a joke. We're not even being represented, but we're being taxed. We're being taxed out the ass.
Yep, more than what it was then. Okay, I have a quick question, only because I have the book in hand. Have you read or heard of Throw Them All Out? It's kind of old now, but still very relevant.
No, I'm not. I'm not familiar.
Peter, I'm gonna butcher this. Schweitzer?
Schweitzer?
Yeah, Schweitzer. So yeah, I mean, it was published like 2011, 12ish. But it's interesting because pretty much breaks down all the bullshit that's still happening 8 years later.
Well, I know somebody said on Twitter today, because I know as I was going through my feed, I know somebody said that we need a 2020 moment of dumping tea in the harbor.
Yep.
The states need to get together and say that this government is illegitimate and throw all, and hold new elections and turn their back on it, what we have now in the federal government and the Fed, and start over.
Yeah, I mean, that would be progress, but I mean, that's easy for us to say, but it's very hard to do.
Oh yeah, well, it would be very hard to do. There would be a lot of powerful interests that wouldn't want that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But we need to do it. We need to say we haven't even audited the Federal Reserve yet. We haven't even audited them.
Has it ever been? I don't think so.
Never.
Never. Yeah.
No.
But okay, so what you're proposing is actually called a Convention of States, which Mark Levin wrote a book about.
Mm-hmm.
So more books that I have on hand because I'm a dork.
It's good to be a dork.
No, but
I like hanging out with dorks.
But you know what, Kate, you are a very well-read and up-to-date and wise lady, and that's why I enjoy talking about these type of issues with you, because you bring a good opinion and educated opinion to the table, and that is and that's most important, to have these conversations, because there's so many people that are just like it's like that meme with the dog sitting at the table while the room's on fire saying, this is fine. There's too many people that sit around and just say, this is fine. And don't ask the questions. Don't talk about the issues. And we need to talk about the issues. I don't care what your political leanings are. That's because I said earlier, it's now become people that stand up for living free versus authoritarianism. That's it. Yep. There's no D's or R's about it anymore.
Yep.
I mean, this is where the line in the sand is at. And, we need to stop the traditional D and R bickering.
Oh,
and
yeah.
We need to come together in one voice and say, you know what, government, fuck you. We've had enough.
Well, you got to give a lot of credit to Trump for really exposing them, because he's really.
He has.
Yeah, that's. I'll be honest with you guys. I was a never Trumper before it was cool. My friends and I had vacation in Chicago and flipped off his building, and it was fun. And I'm pretty sure most of them all voted for him this year. So that's how things change.
And welcome, Christy.
Hey, Christy.
Hi. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, you sound great.
Oh, man. Down with I'm so over it.
Me too.
I'm just like I'm
ready to. Let's
done.
do this.
Like, I am like so emotional. Like my emotions like the last 7 weeks.
Oh yeah. I know.
For people who don't know my situation, and I'm not trying to be anything, but it's just I'm over it. And it's you have $600 is not going to do shit for me.
Yep.
No.
And it's my own fucking money in the first place.
Yeah.
So you're essentially giving me back my own money.
And the worst part is that it's theoretically all our own money, but most of it is borrowed money, which means it doesn't exist in the first fucking place.
Well, you know the funniest thing. One of my one of my buddies said years ago. He said, "Man, the government's the worst loan shark you could take money from." He's right. He's dead right. You know, the government is the worst loan shark you could take money from. You know, yeah, that $600 was never going to do shit. And I think we were right on before when we were saying that, you know, it was just meant to get people in an uproar in the first place so that people wouldn't pay attention to the other, I don't know, 5,999 pages of that bill.
Mhm.
They literally thought that $600 would make the American people not pay attention to the other things they put in that bill. They literally thought they could buy the American people off with $600. Fuck these
And
idiots.
it's completely backfired, and it is truly a let them eat cake moment at the very least.
Oh yeah, it's exactly what it is. I hear an echo.
Or phone.
Is it me?
No, that's
If
my
you're-
phone. It's my phone buzzing. Sounds
Oh.
like a loud vibrator.
Oh dear.
But NM's comment here that dumping all that tea in Boston Harbor improved the U.S. tax burden to date. Taxes kept going up each decade, and you just paid them to a different government. Yeah, I'm not going to dispute you on that, bud.
Well, British taxes are higher than ours, so.
Oh God, yeah, those people they got it bad too.
Yeah,
You know,
I think the Beatles moved to France, and the Rolling Stones moved to France in the 70s to get away from it.
Civil War II, electric book. But yeah, the government, they do have zero respect for people. It's a joke right now, and my hat's off to anybody that voted against this bill. Which again, there were 6 Republicans that we know of, and of course Tulsi Gabbard
Do we
voted
know
against it.
any Democrats besides Tulsi?
Well, RR in his previous comment is spot on with that. 1913, the year the Fed was established, the income tax was established, is what started us down the path to where we are.
I agree.
And that the worst part about the word income tax or phrase income tax, it doesn't actually refer to earnings. It refers to like investments or some shit. So it's been completely bastardized to hell and back.
Well, you know, wasn't there a guy that actually like went to jail because he wrote a book that people shouldn't pay taxes because
That was Irwin Schiff, I believe.
yeah,
Peter Schiff's father. Yeah, he died in prison. Irwin Schiff.
yeah, just for writing a book.
Well, there was another guy that was minting gold coins, and he got thrown in prison for counterfeiting. Can you believe that? For gold.
Yeah, McAnee. I saw that, dude. AOC put out tweet trying to like flex that she was like against it, shit like that.
And then
Oh
voted
my
for
God,
it.
that was
The
She
whole-
voted for it.
She's so retarded.
Yeah, she's a dummy.
Oh God,
Oh,
man.
I forgot I had that one. Cool.
Yeah.
Damn, let me see if I can find that.
But yeah, you know, the thing I always respected the idea that Rand Paul had, and that was the fact that, you know, if you're going to tax people, do it on goods and services and the things that they buy.
Right.
You don't
Make a sales tax.
tax what they make working. That's money that's theirs that they earned working. You don't take that from them. If you want to tax people,
It should just
have
be
a
voluntary.
national sales tax.
Yeah, I mean,
Go ahead, Kate.
it should just be voluntary. If you're so concerned about schools and my roads, then just give them money. And it's crazy when like celebrities, oh, it's not that big of a deal because you have a lawyer. You pay like $60,000 a year to figure it out for you. You don't even know or care what you make.
Okay, Stone Cold Jeremy. He says 2 Dems voted against Tulsi and surprisingly Rashida Tlaib.
Interesting.
Well,
Really?
But did she vote against it because money was going to Israel?
probably.
I bet you. I bet you that's why.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason the founding fathers didn't write an income tax and made it illegal in the Constitution, and we need to get back to that.
Mhm.
I mean, in their day, the way things worked, we were coming out of an age where there wasn't property ownership, and they were just wealthy landowners, and no one had anything, and so it was very important for you to be able to keep your earnings. And Woodrow Wilson, he was one of the worst presidents ever.
Yeah, everyone acts like Barry was the worst president. No, he was just the worst prop. Soon to be followed by the next worst prop. But Woodrow Wilson was without a doubt the absolute worst president, hands down.
This is savage, Christy. You're doing God's work because Christy found this for me.
Hell yeah, I did. I screen capped that damn thing. I saved.
Yeah. So
PM was showing and change it to dark.
I can't read it. It's too
small. Hold up.
A little control plus action there.
We're old. No.
I even have my glasses on. I can't see that.
No, it's just garbly-gook.
Yeah. Oh, come on. I mean,
I need to.
Go to more. You click more and then display.
Just control plus.
You can do that too.
Or
there.
Well, I don't know if you're on a. Really, everybody out there should be using the dark theme, no matter what it is. It
I agree.
Me too.
hurts my eyes when I see all that bright light. I'm like, there's nothing there. Why is it so bright?
All right, let me find the tweet again. I just lost it because I clicked home.
I put it in the private chat.
Yeah, it's in a private chat.
But yeah, the thing with the thing with the AOC, it's another, like, she is always playing herself, which is just
I mean,
funny.
It is funny, but then there's people who think she's smart, and that's the problem.
She is not smart. She pretends to be smart.
She doesn't even pretend.
She's a Twitch thought.
Oh my God, I was just going to say that. I literally was just going to say that.
Basically, yep.
Yeah, she
You
is.
think she'd make more money doing that, though? She's not attractive. She's lucky to be.
I don't know. They showed some of the pictures from back in the day, and
she's only 31. What do you mean back in the day when she was 17?
back in her bartending days. So here we go.
Oh, you got it? Okay, I shared it. I didn't know.
Yep. So,
I like her tweet. Here. This is why Congress needs time to actually read this package before voting on it. Members of Congress have not read this bill. It's over 5,000 pages. No, bitch, it's almost 6,000 pages. Arrived at 2 p.m. today, and we are told to expect a vote in 2 hours. Yeah. This isn't governance. It's hostage taking. And again, this was on December 21st when she tweeted this. And it shows her, AOC, New York, 14th, a Democrat. You voted for it.
Tim Pool just savagely put it out there like, bam, bitch, you voted for it.
Dude, Tim Pool's taken some serious risks lately, man. He's got like Luke Radowski on almost every night. He had Alex Jones on. He's really,
like he's pushing YouTube's buttons, or he's just going for it.
Alex Jones, it to me is weird as fuck. But the way this man, unless he has an earpiece, the way this man can recite like articles and stuff like that, I don't know if his memory is just that good, or if someone's feeding him in the information. I don't think they are, but I'm just like, damn.
Alex Jones or Tim Pool?
Alex Jones.
Okay, well, he's probably being fed information from the mothership.
He's got the documents.
Hey, Willie, good to see you, brother. Parrot had said Drew is proof that the myth about Asians and tech is false.
Oh,
Hey, look! I totally boomered that. You know, man. Look, February 22nd, I'm going to be 47. So I'm getting up there. You know, I'm not the same with tech these days.
Yeah.
Getting old is weird.
Oh man, but I mean,
I woke up the other day and I thought I was 42, and then I realized I was 43, which means I'm going to be 44 next year, which made me slightly bummed out.
I got a couple more years before I hit 40.
I've always felt old, so it just kind of gets worse.
I want to kind of. I know we're talking about the stimulus stuff, but like you said earlier, with like going on Twitch and doing that stuff, like I probably could do that, but I have literally had a job since I was 14. That is not income. Well, also me losing my job. I mean, that I thought that was good income. I thought that was a stable job, but with COVID happening and having reduction in forces, people getting laid off, that Twitch stuff is streaming. That's all great and dandy and stuff like that. But are you going to guarantee the same amount every month?
No, you don't.
No, you're not.
If you are good at it, you will increase every month, however, and you may eventually plateau, but that'll just mean you'll have to either find new shticks or market better.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
well,
it's tough. I mean, it's a gig thing.
And not to, but the segue onto YouTube, I think the new terms of service are a prelude to demonetizing everyone.
Well,
that is so crazy with those new terms of service.
Twitch is policing speech, though. Like you can't say certain words now because
I can't.
YouTube.
I can't.
You can't say simp. You can't say virgin.
My 54-year-old mother has used the word simp to describe simpletons my entire life. So she's going to be banned off the internet.
Well, no, she's just being banned.
I'm being facetious, obviously not.
Okay, what are the words banned from Twitch?
Simp, incel,
virgin, incel.
Wait, what if you're talking about Virgin Mobile? How does that work?
I know, right? It's crazy.
What if someone's sincerely a virgin and they're proud of that?
I know it doesn't. I mean that's the thing. It's goofy. It's goofy as all hell. But this is where we're at. So I mean, this is like the stupidity of what cancel culture and all this political correct social construct has turned us into.
Well, I think Twitch sold out dramatically when they got bought up. I have a hoodie from before they did, and now I'm not going to get rid of it. So.
Oh yeah, well you remember Kate back when it was like Justin TV and
dude,
like that. Yeah.
My friends and I, with whom I went to Chicago with, we used to hang out on Ustream for like 12 hours a day. Because we're nerds. Like, well, it's no different than this. It just wasn't televised.
Yeah.
I want to address to Talim 29's comment. They're a bit hard to demonetize someone who isn't demonetized. Well, what they're doing, the new terms of service, they're going to run ads on anyone that isn't monetized, even if you're not in the partner program. That wasn't the case before. And YouTube keeps 100% of the revenue. So is that an incentive for them to demonetize people or to not monetize people? Oh, hell yeah. It really is.
It's crazy. Like if you were like, Drew is not monetized.
No.
Yes.
I'm not monetized.
You're not monetized. If you played a clip or something that they claim as a copyright, then a commercial would be played on that part, or I forget how it is, but you would get a commercial during that part. But that would be it. But to do it just on channels just because, and I like how we're on YouTube complaining about YouTube at the same time.
That's the way life goes.
Thanks for the platform, but fuck you, YouTube.
Exactly.
Platform.
It's my grits, YouTube.
Odyssey is better looking than you stupid hoe.
Yeah. Welcome, Stephen.
I heard y'all talk
Hail
about my
Stephen.
favorite breast in all of politics.
Even you're
AOC.
echoing.
AOC. But then I would give her my real name only because that bimbo would forget it the next day. What's going on?
Well, no.
Like,
Well, no. Stone Cold Jeremy brings up a good point. They'll ban people for saying simp or incel, but only a 3-day suspension for a chick that bent over and spread the badge. And there was literally a chick that did a stream. Apparently, she was a partnered streamer, and she just like seriously did the whole like stripper.
Well, it was a video supposed to go on our OnlyFans. And it went
sure.
to Twitch.
Okay.
Whoops.
Yeah,
Whoops.
she said
Yeah,
it
that's
was
a good whoops.
she
Listen,
said it was an accident. It only got a
is she
3-day
a
ban.
fake blonde? Is that she gets?
Well, Linity had all kinds of weird videos with her dog doing all kinds of weird stuff to her.
Well, these are
Dude,
women that know
yeah.
how to treat their
That
sons.
cunt is just weird, period.
Oh God, what was that chick a while back, man? Invader V that we had fun like
I
railing
love
on.
Invader V. That is the most
Was
honestly.
that the stream I was on?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
no.
That is the
We
most
were railing
honestly
on it.
brutal woman on Twitch. See,
Hey.
give me your $5. If you don't have $5, you don't have time to be on Twitch. You need to get your ass a job. right when
Which,
the coup
honestly,
started. Right when the
She
coup
has
started.
a point in a way. I mean, I can't. Hi, Lady Mist. Hello, how are you, dear? But
Hey, Lady Miss.
that cunt has a point in a way, though.
Pull out the C
if-
word.
I say that word all the time. I don't
Mhm.
care.
Spicy.
I don't care. But I'll stop. But if you don't have the $5, I mean,
Right.
don't watch it. Especially if someone who is insulting you buys that. Why would you want to watch that in the first place?
This is what we've learned tonight is Christy knows how to treat her simps. You're absolutely
Yeah.
correct.
I don't have sense.
Right.
But you know,
You,
but you
go
know,
get some.
I don't think I do.
I mean,
but
you might.
but Stephen, I wanted to get your
Can I
thoughts.
be?
Yeah, I wanted to get your thoughts real quick on the on what your first impression was when you saw like that stimulus package yesterday.
That was my reaction.
I mean, seriously, like in your situation, $600 is not going to help a single dad with his son.
Look, that's a joke. That is a joke. What is it? How many
Mhm.
trillions of dollars that
Yeah.
were going out
Did
to
you see
everybody
the-
but the people that need it?
Exactly.
Yep.
Did you see the other
What?
shit, bro? They're sending money to Pakistan to teach him to be he-she's. I'm serious. They're sending money to Pakistan to teach them to be he-she.
I believe you said it best. What were we sending them to reinforce their mud huts? Drew, yes, this is ridiculousness.
Yeah,
This
they're
is the
gonna
same
put,
shit it ever was.
they're gonna put like
But it's more
where's
fun
the-
now.
they were sending money to Sudan. Yeah, so they're gonna reinforce the mud huts with metal roofs and special gutters, right? So they gotta
Solar
have,
panels. Okay.
they gotta be
Planet friendly.
they gotta be able to bling out the mud hut. So we gotta send them money so they can bling out the mud hut.
Oh dear.
America first. Look, America first, straight up. Like, okay,
Yes.
you've been putting your people under these unnecessary lockdowns.
Mhm.
We have places like Florida, which teaches us that don't do shit. Everybody's free. They don't have any problems there right now.
They have a large elderly population too, by the way.
They have a large.
Nice,
With DJ Scandalous.
nice. Oh, shout out to DJ. Yes.
Oh damn.
Thank you for that. No, it's utter ridiculousness. This is money that we pay into the system any damn way, and they're
Well,
gonna.
yeah, it is.
Borrowed money. It's not even that. It's worse. It's borrowed fake
Oh.
ass money.
Firing up
It's
that
your
printing press.
kids' money.
Yo, Roof Korean, I swear to God, bro, I'm gonna try to make some money. They need to bring back like them commercials from back in the day with Sally Struthers, right? They're like the Asian, like the poor looking Asian people. Man, I'd take a part in one of those commercials in a heartbeat. I'll sit in the corner of some mud hut and eat some rice. I mean, shit. You know, I'll be an extra on that shit. Hit me up.
Drew, please do that. Please get somebody recording you out back in like a diaper with like dry rice on you or something.
I would, bro. I mean,
Wes is like, what have I been coming to?
Oh,
But Wes looks like pretty professional sitting there.
So Wes is totally he is professional.
Yeah.
He is
Yeah.
professional. You
Like,
know
how
what?
do I make this corner look as dope as possible? Oh, Asian screen.
I
My
mean-
buddy will get that.
It looks like the Karate Kid's about to punch through.
Studio C, yeah.
Oh, it's smart.
Is that a green
Yeah,
screen? Or
I
is it an
know.
actual?
No, it's a real screen with
It's real.
real backlight,
Yeah, it is.
and he's probably like huddled in a corner of his living room making it work.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
pretty
ain't
much.
hating.
In my bedroom, actually, but that's okay.
Oh yeah,
Oh, it's your bedroom, huh?
Yeah. Wes, Roof Korean said Wes is inside HAL 2.0.
I could do this too. Hold on. Yep, hold on.
Stone Cold Jeremy said, "Don't forget the flies buzzing around your mouth. That's the finishing touch." Yeah, you know, I need that. I need that too, bro.
You need to look like you smell.
But
You
I,
need
but I
to
need,
look unshowered.
but see, we need Sally Struthers to make it happen. I think, man, Sally Struthers is
Bruh.
probably dead by now, or she's like 90. She old.
Sorry.
Every time you say that, I think of that like that South Park episode, you know.
Job of the Hut. Where she looking
Yep.
Sally.
It's like
Oh,
she's
and what
eating
was-
all the food. We are hoping that she will give us some someday.
I gotta see this. I don't watch South Park, so I have to see
So
it.
you wouldn't see Starvin' Marvin?
Yeah.
Starvin' Marvin is awesome.
Oh my god!
Starvin' Marvin.
Oh man, see, every time, like, you know, I get a group of people like this, man, the streams go off the rails, and it's beautiful.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm supposed to be professional. My
There's
bad.
rails.
No, Kate, you
No,
don't.
there ain't no rails. Man, you get people like us together, there ain't never rails.
I forget. I think were we on Wes's channel, or was it on your channel, Drew? Where there was 9 or 10 people. I literally was the only female
Aren't you like?
as normal, and
Was that-
they were going on
Well-
Twitch. And
Yeah.
Was that the Brie Larson stream?
Oh God, no, Wes, that was when we took Christy along as we spun the wheel.
Just
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I think that was on my channel. Yep.
Like
I
a sausage
had
fest.
no idea what I was getting myself into.
That's
And
where our female
they
avatars
started,
made
like,
their
talking-
debut.
They started talking to all these people, and you think these dirty bastards with their minds
oh,
Would-
my
would get-
friends.
would get banned or get timed out or something like that. No, Justin Proper got timed out.
Yeah, he did.
What?
Y'all remember that?
Well, my friends and I don't stream on the internets anymore. We just have private calls because we're not appropriate people. So
Little blast from
I
the
mean,
past
like,
there.
I can tell you what the kinds of jokes because I don't. It's about me, so it's none of the YouTube's business. But making fun of the fact that I'm so fair that one of my friends goes, "Is your favorite color clear?" And that's funny. And then another goes another time. It's like I'm lamenting about whatever at the moment, and he's like, "How are you not born with a penis?"
No, I was
And I'm just like, I don't know. I'm just not emotional in a feminine way.
well, I was gonna say, you know, like, because if so you're like super pale, kind of.
Yeah, I glow in the dark.
So like, all right,
He's
so
whiter than me.
so,
I didn't think I
so
was-
like, so
I'm
like,
vampiric.
if you put up, so if you like put on pasties, you would be like pasty.
That's a good one too. Well, I guess I'm so clear that it's clear. It doesn't have to be big pasties either.
I love this chat.
Oh man. Yeah. And Kay, you're one of my good friends. You know I love you, so you know I'm just busting your balls.
I know it's fine. I invited it, so it's my
Okay.
fault.
All right.
When I first
So
started
you know.
watching this stream, it began with Wes saying we need to be down with the union. And we have moved far from that.
So man, so So,
Where'd Christy go?
Oh, she
I'd be right
said
back.
she'd be right back. She's back.
Yeah.
That was
Okay,
quick.
I'm back.
You pee at
Oopsie.
lightning speeds.
Well, she got water.
No, that wasn't it. I wanted to do something else.
Paradise.
Ain't that some shit?
Oh, Paradise said, Kate, you resemble that meme of the Irish
Yes, I
dog.
do. The first time I saw that, I'm like, oh, that's me. I would never be at a beach.
Or
I'm
this
more
one.
of the right. I would be more of the
That's fucked up.
umbrella that covers the person down to their shoes.
I like this one.
That's me. I mean,
Yeah.
I worked overnights for about 5 years in retail, so I never saw the sun.
Yeah, hail a Dega.
Hell, a dagger. What's up,
Hey,
buddy?
Dega.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hell,
don't
the
forget this
entire
one.
chat.
Oh man.
Holy shit. Well, that's not that bad,
So at least
bitch.
that
Asshole.
I am glad that the president stepped in and
Mhm.
sent that shit back and said, you will give people $2,000 or get the fuck out.
I don't even want that. That's not that helpful either. The problem is they're wasting money that doesn't exist. Just let shit open wall to wall. Start getting rid of business licensing bullshit. And then this will just, it'll be like a whole
Steven,
renaissance.
are you eating some chocolate?
Are you going to share?
Hey, Lady
It's a
T, how
brownie.
are you?
Oh.
I know, but is it the brownie, like the brownie what I'm thinking, or just
Is
a
it a
regular
fu-
brownie?
What's a brownie?
Yeah, it's not a regular brownie.
I want it. You guys should share.
I want one of those
Man.
so bad.
Yes,
I got so fucking high off one of those one time.
Oh man. That's
Anywho,
great.
sorry about that.
Great to see Lady T in the chat. And oh man, Willie, trust me, we got all kind of twisted pictures around just these parts.
Oh boy.
This
What the
community. Oh man. But no, my biggest concern is with this new supposed strain of COVID that they're going to come with a whole new round of even worse restrictions.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think that it's shaping up for that because look what they're already doing in the UK.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
Fucked.
Well, we're already doing that here in California. A whole new round of.
Minnesota ain't much better.
Yeah.
Frozen fascists.
yeah, and that's the thing I'm worried about because in the next 6 months, I mean, we're going to be under such crazy restrictions. I mean, we're seriously not even going to be able to leave the house.
Well, there's a new
Right.
strain now, Drew.
Yeah, I
Did you
know.
hear about that? There's
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
So, I oh, go ahead.
I was going to say real quick. I was talking to my younger cousin. He's about 22, and his younger sister, she's about 19, and they're like, "Well, we're gonna get the shot." Okay. What if there's another strain?
Mm.
What do you mean?
Mm.
Well, what do you think? Why some people you can get a flu shot, but you can still get the flu because if it's a different strain.
Yep.
Welcome, Geeky Pixie.
Hi, Geeky Pixie, and it's literally like a bulb was going off in their head that I actually had to tell them that.
So they
You
didn't
mean to tell me that you
realize-
didn't know that?
A lot of people
Yeah, well-
sleepwalk through life.
Well,
They're young, but
well,
they didn't put two and two together that this is akin, not the same, akin to the flu. Therefore, you need boosters if that's your thing, your occupation, you're in the military, whatever.
Well, here's what I want to know. In Australia, they were doing trials of a vaccine, and they were using proteins from like HIV in it, and those people were getting false HIV positives.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, we don't have
That
a
is
vaccine.
fucked up.
We don't have a vaccine for HIV yet. People haven't cured HIV. So why would you be messing around with putting HIV RNA into a vaccine if we don't have a vaccine for HIV? And it's disturbing.
That's
All
very
right.
true.
Well,
I swear to God, it's gonna be a zombie
let's
movie.
put the tinfoil hats on.
Oh, if it's a zombie movie, do you
Let's-
got a tinfoil hat?
No, this is gonna
competition?
be some I Am Legend.
No, if it
some
is, I'll be
fucking
honest.
28 days later shit going on.
Okay, if it's going to be zombie apocalypse, it'll start here because Mayo Clinic has some crazy outbuildings that that aren't marked as Mayo, but who the fuck else are they? Yeah. Sorry, y'all.
Well,
Fauci visited. Oh, go ahead. Drew's got his tinfoil hat on.
well, no, I was just gonna say this. If we're doing, if that's indeed the case, then you can go and make the argument that, sure, that is intentional and very destructive, but intentional population control right there by, infecting people with HIV, because you're rendering people sterile, because that's obviously one of the side effects of HIV, essentially. So
if lockdown goes down any longer, I'm gonna feel sterile.
Well,
brother needs to get
there's I'll go one further, Drew. So it's either they're going to hide HIV RNA in here, and they don't want to have positives, but they want people to get a disease similar to that through the vaccine, or they want HIV to become airborne, which it is not right now. So it's neither one of those are good.
No, and the other thing that I'm concerned about is, and I agree with Lady T's statement here, and I am 100% the same way, Lady T. I will not take vaccine.
Mm-hmm.
I will die before I take the vaccine. There's just no way I'm going to do it.
No
I
way.
ain't putting that cocktail in my ass.
No.
I think I've already had COVID.
Here's
Dude,
my
like private chat.
But here's my concern. Do you think nice. Do you guys think that indeed vaccination cards are on the horizon? That those are going to be coming?
Don't you already have to have certain documentations to have passport and blah 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 anyway? Even though most of the world has never been vaccinated for anything, we have been.
Well, I've got the that real ID type of thing that they put in place a couple years, maybe a year and a half ago.
Well, that's been no. That's been coming since Bush, dude. That's old news.
Yeah. So I've got that, which is like, because those are the newer licenses that they just started in the state of Ohio. So when I renewed my driver's license last year, I got the real ID thing, and it allows me access to federal buildings and, airline flights and all that. But
I changed my address, and I didn't do that, and they gave me the illegal immigrant driver's license. It says federal limits apply on it here in California.
What do you mean real ID?
What?
Oh gosh, I envy. So real ID, if I remember correctly, goes back to like
Bush. Yeah,
Bush. I think it's 2004, maybe 3. But it was, a response to try and stop crazies from getting on planes. Obviously, that's reasonable. However, I don't think it was necessarily in that, but maybe, I don't know.
A part of the
It was probably amended anyway. So, it's slowly over the last 15 years, states have been starting to make people have these quote unquote real IDs to be able to just be on a plane. And among apparently federal buildings and probably wastewater treatment plants and blah blah blah, and technically, it's a little overkill.
Basically, it's like a federal ID. You have to meet certain requirements in order.
I mean, what's the point of passports if you have that? I really want to know. What's the difference? Is there a difference? I don't know.
I don't know.
It doesn't seem like there's a difference.
Sorry, I froze up for a second there.
You're good, Wes.
Oh, okay. So, the real ID is basically like a federal ID. They make the states conform to some certain requirements to verify your identity, and it's like a pass. You could either conform to the regulations and get a real ID, or you can get a passport.
No, not yet.
Oh, thank God.
And so in California, we passed driver's licenses for undocumented folks, and if you don't get the real ID, you get basically the same driver's license an undocumented person would get. And so I changed my address recently, the last few years. And because I haven't gone through the real ID process, I have basically the same driver's license as an undocumented immigrant. It says federal limits apply on the driver's license.
I just have an ID because I don't drive. So I just don't see the point. And it's not like I'm going to be going to Europe anytime soon.
Can you pick oranges with that ID, Wes?
Oh, dude, I would do it just to make a point. But I'm not a pussy and I can pick oranges.
All right. Yes, Christy. My big black Mike. That's all right.
I had no idea what the fuck you were talking about.
Big black Mike. I'm proud of it. It's big.
No,
as hell.
no,
I can't see half the keyboard though because it's big as hell and in my face.
Yeah, I just got my new Yeti.
Steven's ass is put in the private chat. Have you seen my BBM? And I literally in the chat, I was like, "What WTF is that?"
It's a big black Mike.
Who's Mike?
It ain't very long, but it's got girth. It's nice.
There you go, man.
I've seen better.
Damn, girl. You're hard to win over, you know that? Your expectations might be a little high, Willis. Just saying.
How long is Wes gonna take?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hmm?
Oh. Not Wes, I meant Drew.
I'm cozy. I'm having whiskey. I'm having a good time. Why would you
Wes
think
was
I'm having a
talking.
good time?
I'm having a Coke and a smile.
Aww. Is Drew making a tinfoil hat?
Drew is in his backyard right now, throwing mud on himself, wearing nothing but a little apron, going to take a picture of him like carrot, on bed, like that. That's what he's doing.
So even though it's like really cold outside right now, I have my sliding glass door open, and my dumbass cat sees the leaves blowing in my patio. So she thinks she's chasing them back and forth, and she keeps running into. She keeps hitting her head in the wall.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
Whoops. It's like 30 degrees here right now. It's freezing.
I was just going to say, I'm very concerned about the travel because under this next administration, if everything holds and we do indeed get Biden and Harris, the thing that bothers me is he's already gone on record as saying there's going to be a federal mask mandate. Of course, we know about that.
Kiss
and then
my
that's
ass.
unconstitutional. You can't do that.
My ass.
And then there's also he said there's going to be a federal lockdown, which is, I think they said something, what was it, Wes, about 100 days?
100 days, yeah.
They're talking about a 100-day lockdown, but they're going to try and throw us $600. Are you serious?
Are you fucking?
Yeah, they're special.
Yeah, no.
What about who was the doctor? The doctor that recommended these lockdowns, and then she just got caught going up to Delaware with all
Bricks,
her
or
family.
however the hell you say it. Bricks. I don't know. Whatever. She's a creep.
She resigned, didn't she?
She's retiring now.
Yeah, Fauci and Birx, were pushing for all that shit. But the thing that scares me is, are we going to get to the point where it's going to be, they're going to set up a checkpoint at every state line?
They can kiss my dick.
You can. I was like, that's not really bad.
I mean,
they do. Okay. Let's say that's what they do. Christy, how do you think your neighbor is going to respond to that?
Fuck no. I live in Texas.
Exactly. What are they going to do? They're going to say, fuck all of you. We don't need your federal money. Eat our dick. Goodbye.
So here's the thing. I don't like the fucking mask thing and everything, but I'm going to respect it. Okay. I wear my mask. When I'm outside checking my mail, when I'm outside walking around, I'm not wearing a fucking mask. You don't think when I'm at the park, there are no Karens telling me to put my mask on. There was one that tried.
Is that me?
And we pretty much told, there were 6 other people there. We all told her to shut the F up.
Right. Take your fear porn.
She's like social. We need to social distance. Bitch, we're walking in the park.
It's like,
we're not near each other.
Well, it's one thing about flying and restricting people coming on flights, but you're going to tell me I can't drive to like Pennsylvania or something like that.
It's not gonna fly.
Piss off.
It's not going.
I'm going to get in my damn car. I'm going to drive to Pennsylvania if I want to go visit a friend in Pennsylvania.
It is not going to fly. It is not going to fly. There is a time limit, especially in the Northeast. We're a bunch of salty cunts. There is no way that you're going to keep Wilmington people, like people. You no way you're going to keep them from going across state line to Jersey and to PA. There's no way you're going to keep Delco, Philly people on lockdown for that long. All right, this is all liberal. This is mainly a liberal area. Jersey, southeastern PA, Delaware. But there's only so much they're going to take. I remember before this whole new mask, this round of like, oh my God, make sure you social distance and all this bullshit. People were just taking their masks off. I remember that happened about 4 weeks ago. 4 weeks ago, it was like that. People were just like, nah, nobody in the stores were enforcing it. They were just like, it's whatever. And then they started bringing down these mandates on stores. And like the one that I work for, I can't say which one, but I subcontract for, they got work to do. This whole year, they had to scrap all their work. This is a company that builds at least 100 stores per year in several states, and they had to stop all production. That's why I wasn't working. They're taking the steps necessary that Pennsylvania is telling them they need to take, and they're making amendments to that policy in every state that they're setting up new stores in, there's no way, like they're in gear to work next year. I think no matter what the government says, people are going to start working. This company in itself is not backing down. They're going to do everything that they're supposed to do, but they're going to keep building. They're just going to go on business as usual. Eventually, people will get sick of it. There might be some spots in the country that are so far up their own ass that have cowed so much that they're going to allow something like that, but not around here. I'm telling you, not around here. Not around here. And this is
those jokes with people like in hazmat suits and shit like that.
I saw that one picture of those.
Yeah, you've seen the picture.
That whole family that was walking into a store, and they had like rain slickers on or something like that. But entire body. You need to point
I've seen that kind of shit in person. In person. That's the kind of shithole place I live in. It is awful.
You got to point and laugh.
We've survived polio. We've survived smallpox. We've survived, all kinds of things. That's far worse than what this is. We need to open up. This is ridiculous, man.
It's gonna be like this. Don't you know, guys? It's gonna be like the Spanish flu again. There's gonna be over 35 million deaths, and it's gonna be it was gonna be so bad.
50 million for the Spanish flu.
Exactly.
We're nowhere near close. That it's actually statistically the same death count as any other year, which should surprise people because the amount of cancer and necessary things to treat have gone untreated.
I'm going to be really. I know we're talking down a rabbit hole, but I had a few family members that had
get in that hole, girl.
Fuck you, Steven.
my
no, I should have said that. But like, I had a few family members that had COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them ended up having to go to the hospital because they had pre-existing conditions where when that COVID hit, their immune system was compromised.
Right.
Others, it was like a damn cold.
Yeah, my brother had it, and he said it was less bad than when he had pneumonia.
Mm-hmm.
I thought
he's a smoker, so.
Yeah, I thought that I had it a year ago, right around this time. I had some mystery illness.
I had that shit too.
Yeah, that lasted like 3 weeks. I never got any respiratory anything. I had a little bit of tightness in my chest. I had a very sore throat. The worst part was the headaches, man. I had the worst headaches I've ever had in my life. Like I thought I had a brain tumor. It was that bad.
Right. And you had it, right? And I got that. Jeff Hicks got that. Mecca got that. Like people were getting it. Like you could point to people and they're like, yeah, I'm sick as a dog. I got this. I'm down for like 2-3 weeks. Like that's an illness that went around. Not saying that I haven't heard of people, because I have, who have caught this, but it's like even that seemed more like, oh God, I don't want to get that.
Exactly. You know,
Yeah, it was just it was just like a really bad flu. That's what
Right.
it was.
and I'm not going to minimize if someone. It's different when I have someone that tells me that a family member has died of COVID.
Mm-hmm.
I said, yes, that was a contributing factor, but
Yeah.
your relative
Yes.
or your friend was also sick
Or
Yeah.
very
with something else to begin with.
Mhm.
Yeah, like
And that's
well-
what really makes me mad is when everybody's like, oh, he died of COVID, he died of this, he died of that, and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Yes, but oh, sorry guys, I'm
No,
sorry.
I agree.
No, that's all right.
No,
I mean, look, I lost my stepmom, a few months ago, allegedly to COVID, but she had a lot of pre-existing conditions. I mean, she had type 1 diabetes and a bunch of other
Yeah.
stuff
Mhm.
that contributed to that. I mean, I mean, a healthy person. I mean, it's going to be a bad flu. That's what it's going to be.
well, you guys know in the chat that have been friends with me for a while, and you guys on the panel know what
Yeah.
all the different stuff that's going on with my mom. So I am extra careful with, the places I take her and things like that. I pretty much only take her to like doctor's appointments, or obviously if she has a situation where it's emergency, I'll take her to a hospital, whatever. But I don't just like, every so often, like I'll have her go to the store with me or something if she really wants to get out of the house. But for the most part, I'm really careful about where she goes,
Mhm.
and obviously if we have to wear a mask to go in someplace, we do that. But the rest of the time, Mom and I at home, we live normally. I mean, I don't automatically stop giving my mom a hug because I'm like paranoid she's gonna die of COVID. It's like, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna hug my mom because every day she's alive is a friggin' miracle. But the thing is you know, it's just like I know that she's in an at-risk group, so I'm careful about what she does and where she goes. But as far as I'm concerned, I've never had an issue so far since this shit started.
Well, do you wash your hands and wash your ass? Because that's the
Well,
basic.
yeah, dude, I wash my hands.
Good. Then you care.
And and I take supplements every day. I take vitamin C, vitamin D3, and I take zinc. I have been fine, so I haven't been sick. The only thing I get is the occasional when there's a weather change, it fucks with my sinuses.
Exactly. Yeah, same.
Barometric pressure. Woo!
But other than that, that's the only time I've gotten sick. I don't have like I've never run into a problem with COVID, and it's like, I look at all this shit and I'm just like wondering, like, what the fuck?
So before in October, before I was let go from a job, we all they closed the office because I was working from home anyway, but I still had to go in occasionally. So they closed the office because they thought some people got COVID because of like their allergies or they were coughing and stuff like that. Guess what it was?
Allergies.
Pollen.
Oh, yep. Oh no.
Are there allergies?
Yeah.
That's what it was. And we weren't going to pay for that, and like the company had to come out of pocket for that. We were going to use. I was going to use that test towards like with my health insurance to come out and deduct that from me. So yeah,
It's nuts.
Pixie. Oh, I'm sorry. I was reading her comment.
Yeah.
And Wes is typing something. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Prayers, Pixie. Hope you get to spend some time with your dad, some quality time, and it gives that man a hug. That's what's needed. We got to remember we only got so much time with family. We need to not stop being family. People need to drop the paranoia and see through the fear porn. Sure, you got to use common sense with this thing, and I understand that. But at the same time, there's a balance there. You don't have to stop living.
Right.
Well,
Stop living.
I mean, it's nice to say, Drew, but that some of us have family that are really buying into this COVID thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
And it's hard to connect with them, or or a lot of what the mainstream media is propagating. And you'll even, I mean, I've even tried to show them the raw footage of different things, either Fauci visiting the lab or whatever it is, and they will refuse to even look at it, or they'll call it propaganda.
Yeah, well,
You know what you do? You tell them, look, we got to get together and watch a series called Tiger King. That's what we need to do.
I run it.
Real white trashness will bring everyone together.
Like, see this guy? You're not this guy.
You know what's the best thing I ever did in my life? Is I turned off my television. I cut off my cable. That is the best thing I could have ever done.
That's right.
Well,
I did that 10 years ago. I
run into that problem with Mom because she spends a lot of time in her room with the TV on and whatnot. And
do you have like child block things to just let her watch Me TV like a normal old person?
Well, I work sometimes because she searches around and
girls.
She watches the ABC. She watches the ABC national news every night religiously, and they're one of the worst ones. And I keep telling her, I'm like, Mom, they're telling you straight up that they're telling you just because there's so many new positives today that they're trying to make it seem like that many people are dying. That many people are not dying. It's just that they tested positive. It is not a death sentence, Mom. Chill. And
some reruns of Benson.
My mom. I mean, my mom. Bless her heart, it still like freaks her out because she can't help but buy into that. You guys know I've already been going through the thing where she's having issues every so often with like dementia episodes and stuff like that. This sure is not helping the case. And
no, because you're creating a heightened state of anxiety, which weakens the immune system anyway. And that's so all this fear porn constantly, it's like they're trying to kill us. They're trying to break our spirits, and they're trying to kill our wills, and at the same time create this anxiety that's going to weaken us anyway, and it's going to make more people sick. It's a shame what we're dealing with right now. What we have dealt with, the media. I mean, look, my little corner of everything here is entertainment, and as far as the books that I've written, I look at how the media has been sought to by people within the government, the Defense Intelligence Agency. How can we propagandize media, gaming, entertainments? How can we use these things to shape culture? They've been doing this for years. Great experiment for those of you that might not really understand. I know it seems strange, but trust and believe, Gamergate was an experiment.
Oh yeah,
to manipulate
100%.
And suffocate factual information. That worked. It's one of the reasons why we're at where we are. I'm sure that's not the only reason, but that was one of the proving grounds for this type of misinformation that we are being dealt, force-fed constantly, nonstop, from every avenue that they can shove it, and every orifice they can put it in. And it's a good thing to unplug from mainstream media. It's a good thing to unplug from TV. Like I have really where I get my news? YouTube. That's the independent creators. That's where I get my news.
Well, even though I came to get into journalism late, the one thing that I am thankful of is growing up Generation X, because we're the damn generation that was told we are the youth gone wild. We railed against authority. And, it made us question. And I'm glad for that, because now is definitely the time to ask questions.
Well, we had a lot of failed mentors too.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's a kind of a disservice because, you say Generation X. I mean, they question everything, and yeah, I mean, yes, I
It's early
agree with
millennials,
that.
too.
But there still are like, as we've grown, as we have, especially you go from like the 20s, the 30s, the 40s, the 50s, the 60s, especially the 60s. I mean, like how am I going to bring up the Vietnam War and all that stuff and everything like that?
Go
But
for it.
just like educating yourselves and looking at the bigger picture and stuff like that. Where did that go?
Well, that's what's really disheartening. When I talk to my parents who have, they warned me as a child about disinformation and propaganda,
Exactly.
and to see them fall for it, hook, line, and sinker. It's disturbing. It's very disturbing.
Yeah. My
Well,
dad
you
is
can-
pretty much Hyde from that 70s show. And
Mhm.
it's funny, but he really is. And my mom's mostly the same as well. And so they raised my brother and I to think for ourselves. And that also means we've butt heads with our parents. But we're all adults. We're still family. So we get along enough. And I think most people just either they didn't raise their kids to be like that, or they thought they did and they still failed because education system fucked their kids up good.
Yeah, RR said it. Life is meant to be lived, not locked in a basement. Living a life of fear is not living at all. There are worse things in life than death, such as surfing.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And that's that's the sad thing. We can't allow the powers that be to sit there and dictate if we can be a family or not be a family.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing. If you want to be family and be close to your loved ones, then be close to your loved ones. Never, ever, ever let the government dictate if you can be close to your loved ones or not. Because I'll tell you what, you will never, ever, ever get that time back. So, cherish the time with your loved ones and never let anybody come in between that.
I'm trying to find some loved ones. They
Absolutely.
need to open up these bars. I need a
You gotta own things, man.
not to be mushy, but other than a mom, because everybody else in the family is pretty much like dead and gone, aside from a couple of aunts and uncles. The biggest thing is that this community is my extended family. You guys are my family, and
I looked the wrong way, didn't I?
Hail Mary.
Bear, you've been drinking. You've been at the
Yeah.
bar. You know what's up.
Actually, I had a beer like over an hour ago, so I was good to go to drive.
Did you butt chug it?
Oh dear God.
Ew.
No, I
You
tried to
really
enjoy
need to
it.
get out.
no, he wasn't having any best brew tonight.
Whoa.
Well,
Did I-
I will tell you, I am about to have a little cognac though.
Yeah, there you go.
Fancy.
But yeah, you guys are you
I'm
guys
having some
are
whiskey myself.
you guys
Yeah, I
are
heard.
family.
You having scotch?
Creaky thirsty.
Oh,
Willie, fuck you.
And,
Little Jack Daniels.
Oh my god, really? Oh my god, that is
So-
the best comment ever.
No, it is not.
Yes, it is.
Don't be antagonistic, Christy.
Oh my
You
god,
know-
I am saving that
Like that.
comment.
This
Steven,
bottle's good because you never know when you might have to crack someone over the head with it,
that's true.
Hey, a little fun fact: cognac is actually a type of brandy.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And I learned something a few weeks back that they actually make it from the same grapes they make champagne with.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was pretty damn cool. Because I really love Scotch, but I'm telling you, this is becoming it's replacing my favorite. Scotch started to become my second favorite.
Hey, Mackany, send me a DM so I don't have to scroll.
Oh, and it's kind of become a tradition. Kind of when I start recording vocals, I normally start it with a glass of cognac, small glass, of course. Because because basically a sip of cognac is like a half a shot of scotch, good scotch. Yeah. So 20 sips will get you far.
I'm even done.
And the cool thing about cognac is I don't lose my filter.
Yeah, don't lose your filter. Danger.
Now you want to see the Scottish and the Irish come out real fast? Give me some IPA and have some good ale, 3 pints and no filter. Whoop. On for the races.
Oh man, God, pretty soon it is going to turn into an alcohol party. Everybody's just going to be doing shots and shit like that.
I have tried to refrain from doing that because I'm afraid if I start, especially with how I've been in the last couple of weeks, that I won't stop. And I have a family of alcoholics, so I've always.
Christy, may I ask what your job was? If it's not something super fancy.
No. I worked in education. I worked.
Okay. I thought
you taught dominatrix. What?
I bought her too.
I worked in education. You dumbass.
Well, I mean, that's teaching. If you're teaching somebody how to treat their clients like that.
Bear, what was your thought? Hey, hail JJ. Welcome. Bear, what was your thoughts on the stimulus?
Thoughts?
Foreign countries get millions, and Americans get a coin in the can or something like that. That's
basic.
Yeah,
not cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
And is that just like a one-time thing? So that's literally a clink coin in the can.
So, I thought StreamYard allowed you 10 people.
If you have the paid version.
Got paid.
Oh wow!
Well, you need to drop back for a minute.
I heard that comment.
McAnee just wanted to pop in.
I could drop in the back for a minute. Hold on. Okay, now I'm ready.
Drew, highlight Parrot Head's comment.
Hey, McAnee.
Stevie, you motherfucker, man.
Oh. Parrot Head said Steve just wants 50 to hurt him. Steven's all about that kink. And on this channel, we will kink shame you.
Oh my god!
Oh dear.
Steven has some weird ass. Never. I am not.
Oh my god!
Oh man. Apollo Patriot, man. Apollo Patriot. I say I want milk when I go in the strip club.
Oh, shut up, Paulo.
But yeah, this stuff is getting out of hand, and as I said before, I'm thankful that the president said, "Fuck this bill, send it back," and is going to make them revise it, because he said, "Get rid of all this bullshit spending for other countries."
Right.
And I'm glad that he took a stand on that. Most people are. I mean, I would love to see his approval rating after he came out and made that speech that he did earlier and said he was going to veto it. Well, and there were still idiots, by the way, under that tweet after he did that speech that were saying, "Oh, I hope, I can't wait till you're out, blah, 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 bitching." And I'm like, the dude is trying to fucking help you. He just pointed out the problem every single person has with this bill, and you're telling the guy fuck off because you got TDS.
It's the same with his trade policies. His trade policies were very similar to Bernie's, and people, all of a sudden when he's doing it, it's not okay. Well, I thought you were about the policy, not the personality, right? but that's not what it is.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Makini.
It's this should be concerning if you're a content creator, period.
Mm-hmm.
This is very concerning. You shouldn't be
Report
supporting this
community.
at all.
No, I
You
wouldn't
shouldn't be
think,
if you're making content on YouTube and Twitch, you shouldn't be supporting this at all.
I wouldn't think
Because
I
this is
wouldn't-
gonna hurt us big time. And this
Well,
is gonna Go ahead.
It's different though if you're a creator that is a like okay, yes, I have have the partnership thing on YouTube, but I'm a small time with a creator that only got like a couple $100.
Thank you,
Mhm.
Steven.
And versus you have people, you have the Mr. Beasts, you have the
Mhm.
Dr. Disrespects, you have the PewDiePies and stuff like that, who get thousands upon thousands of dollars because they have like agreements on YouTube, on Twitch, on Facebook gaming. I didn't even know Facebook had gaming.
Mhm.
They do, but I wouldn't stream on Facebook if it was the last thing on earth.
Their pay structure is even worse than YouTube's.
I believe that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just saying it. It's like because this could be because I see it as a slippery slope. Because this is like this is like the whole getting actually going to prison for like streaming uncopyrighted content. Well, how far is it going to go?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Where does it end?
It's like we were talking about earlier, Makini, with the change to Twitch's policies, where they're
very draconian.
Where they're gone and selectively policing speech.
Mm-hmm.
That to me right there is censorship. I'm sorry, there's no way around it. That is flat censorship.
Yeah, it's just basically saying it's just like
we're gonna cherry pick.
We're not allowed to speak about it.
Well,
we're not allowed to talk.
We'll tell that to social media platforms like YouTube and Twitch and stuff like that, who can't decide if they're a publisher or a platform.
Mm-hmm. And you can't be both.
And you can't be both, but there's shades of gray into where it will never, I don't think in my lifetime, get answered. I don't think so.
Well, no, they need to go and pull the 230 protections from these people, and see that's the other thing with Congress that exasperates me. They say they televise those hearings and they say that they're going after big tech and they're gonna and they're gonna do something about it, but I'm not seeing the legislation where they come out and say, okay, your 230 protections are done.
I mean,
take action.
I mean, I respect Ted Cruz what he's doing for how he's drilling and questioning the big tech stuff, but it's I feel like it's not gonna.
It won't
do anything because it's about culture at the end of the day. The fact that you gentlemen who are older than those of us who are under 40, perhaps you can let us know how long AOL stuck around and was top dog. It was like 10 years, less than that. It's been over 10 years. It's time for new things. It was time for new things 7 years ago. And that is a weird cultural shift that I don't even know how it happened. Well, I can speculate, but I won't say how it happened. But that's the thing, because they have all this cultural power and keep giving it to them.
Mm-hmm. And when new thing, like what you were saying, Raven, is like, we should be having like newer stuff like by now, like 7 years ago. But the thing is the platforms, they have so much power that they won't allow other newer stuff who are rising up to actually get any more power. because they'll try to, restrict it and shut it down and
They can
such.
try all they want, but if we go there and we use it, that's what'll make them grow.
Damn
Mhm.
it! Somebody get a hold of Tom. Bring MySpace back.
Right? And he never did us wrong. And they had music.
I
I know, right?
They revived some
Oh, no.
bands.
Hey,
I mean, all you need is a better interface. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
They-
Have you checked out
Right?
Odyssey?
Yeah, exactly.
Odyssey has a beautiful interface. It's beautiful.
but the only thing though, Kate, is I hope these places catch on.
They-
That's the thing. It takes a while
You
for
got
places
mail.
to
What?
build up.
What's it? Vero, however the fuck you say it. That is also a beautiful interface, and you don't need to give your ID to DM people.
Mm-mm.
So there are options, but how do you convince people who are very comfortable that there are?
That's the thing is that I'm a starch believer of content of sorry, not content, competition
Yeah.
creates quality.
Mm-hmm.
And we can't have I start believer that we need more competition out there, because
Yeah.
it's a problem if you have one thing becoming a monopoly, if you have one thing becoming a big
Here's the problem that Sorry, Wes. Just let me get this statement out, and then I'll give you the floor. But here's the problem, because if somebody feels like their back's against the wall, they want to try out content creation, they want to try to make some money. Well, the only two avenues to get monetized really that people know of is Twitch and YouTube. So people's going to go to Twitch because you can get monetized pretty relatively quickly on Twitch. If you're just like an affiliate, even you're still monetized. When you come over here, sure, it takes a little longer, but you can also in a somewhat of a reasonable period of time get monetized over here and start making a few bucks. But the thing is on another platform, it's a risk for a new content creator, because if it's a newer platform, then you got the chance to be like an OG over there. You could get like a following maybe, and it'd be like the big fish in the small pond. But then that's it. You're like the big fish in the small pond. What happens when you finally do get monetized? It's going to take forever and a day, because a lot of those platforms aren't equipped to just bam bam give you monetization like right from the jump.
But it's a risk no matter what, and you have to judge for yourself.
And that's the thing is that as human beings, we're all about taking risks.
One of the things that killed AOL really were the crazy terms of service restrictions that they had.
Well,
and now we're starting to see that with YouTube and Google. And so, one of the
shocker.
So, I mean, for example, if you go on Parler rather than Twitter, there's no censorship. You can click on whatever you want to. And the problem now is that you're having a more broad deplatforming than you had with like AOL. I mean, look at what happened to Jones. Jones not only got deplatformed from YouTube and Twitter and all the social media companies all at the same time, but
what up, Scandalist?
Hey, old DJ Scandalist.
Hey, DJ.
It was to the point where they deplatformed him on PayPal and some of his bank accounts. He wasn't. So that's the difference between now and AOL, is that there was an opportunity for competition to rise, and now
AOL
really
was
look
huge,
at true.
dude.
Yeah, it was called AOL Time Warner.
Yeah,
Time Warner. Yeah.
And when was it that they started to have the shift? Because I know when MySpace came around, and YouTube even, but
I'll let you guys continue talking. I'm gonna go and I'll bring Steven back in here and back myself out for 1 second.
You sure?
Because
Never mind.
I'm thinking there was probably a time between like 99 and 04 where it was kind of an influx period, and that's probably where we are. where this weird flux period where people are going to very, very alternative niche places. I mean, when I was 12 years old, I had a fucking Vampire Freaks account. So yeah, and then I mean, honestly, that's basically what Geeks and Gamers is. Well, I'm not, and that's no shade. That was a great website, and I'm sad it closed. So, GG Geeks and Gamers.
Well, yeah, you used to have bulletin boards where communities could kind of congregate,
Absolutely.
and then Yahoo was what really took over over
For
AOL
a little
for
bit,
a while.
and they did because they had chat rooms that were really more efficient and they had more options. And I mean, fuck, I used their chat functions all the way through high school just because it was easiest.
Before,
you could talk to anybody all around the world in Yahoo. There were no restrictions like there are now.
Yeah, it was like before, me learning my stuff. It was like before, social media stuff. I had to go into the forums. I just had to go look for forums if I wanted to look for a specific thing, or just talk about.
But I mean, Jesus, you talk about how everyone freaks out about movies and shit. Now, do you remember countingdown.com? Yeah, that was where real shit got crazy. But it's so I'm not gonna sleep on anything. Something somewhere is gonna have a moment where it just clicks, and even the people who are indifferent or reluctant will make a different choice, as long as the government fucks off.
I do think that at some point, the power that the bigger platforms have, it won't be forever. At some point, something will happen.
Well, I think Twitter's doomed without Trump, regardless. They totally are.
Yep.
Because even some people were saying is if he moved over to Parler, then Twitch is that's just it. Yeah. That would just be the nail in the coffin.
He's been holding their water for 5 years and they don't even know.
By the way, folks, shameless self-plug here. I interviewed the Facebook fact checker, by the way.
Ooh.
So on my YouTube channel, 90 minutes of truth on that interview. Highly recommend checking it out.
Nice.
I absolutely will.
I told you, time your ass out.
Yeah, there's a lot. We asked him about the JFK assassination. We asked him about, dude, it was like a legit journalist. He was talking about his career at CNN versus he wasn't allowed to do a story on Epstein until he was at the National Enquirer. So it's a very fascinating interview. Highly recommend it.
That was not a shameless plug. That was an informative plug. Thank you.
Good.
Well, I do have the same hat on.
You always gotta get what we can, So let's try to get the information we can,
I'm trying to get what I can. These bars are closed. The club is not open.
Don't you got an old friend or somebody that you hooking up with? You were talking about it for the past couple of days in the chat in the
group that's chat. Private. That's private. That's private.
Oh, that's private.
In the chat, in the public chat. It's
then why? Never mind.
Might be lurking in the stream.
Oh man.
I didn't say shit.
I just realized that Steven and myself are in so many other fucking group chats, and I'm just like, nope, I can't talk about that. Nope.
Steven got to get back on the prowl.
I'm trying to get back on the prowl, but they got these lockdowns. Got a mask on everybody's face. I can't tell. You might have nice eyes and butt ass ugly teeth. You might have lip like casino. I don't know what's happening under that mask. See it.
Oh my god.
He got one big lower lip. That's it. That's why he got that big beard on his face.
Yeah, but he could mesmerize almost anyone with hair flips if he just got rid of the headphones. So
that's why he's working with what he got. I can't be mad at him with his hair because he has one lip. I'm not mad at him. I'm just pointing it out. I don't know what's under that mask. He could have no teeth. I don't want that.
I've noticed I don't wear a mask anywhere I go, and I've noticed when there's other people not wearing a mask, they always smile at me. Let's just smile back. It's kind of funny. Every time. Every time.
Oh well, Wes knows in California, so I wear a mask. I wear a mask only when I'm inside a building that requires me to wear a mask. Once I step outside, I'm taking it right off. I'm just
as soon as I hit the door, I pull that thing off.
Man, it's just like one thing I was bringing up in the comment section. I think the worst thing about this lockdown is that at a moment that we were supposed to, be together.
Sorry, McKinney. Good night, Lady Mist. Sorry.
Oh, good night, Lady Mist.
Night.
I was gonna say at the time that we were
Night, Lady
supposed to be together. Sorry. At a time that we were supposed to be together, we became more divided.
Well, until the stimulus shit went down, and now everyone's like, "Fuck you, government." So let's roll with that.
Yeah, let's roll with that. You're absolutely right. That is an insult to all of us, no matter what part of the aisle, no matter what part of wherever you're at. All right, and I'm not talking about Ice Cube getting on something about where the black people stimulus, why the extra stimulus for the black people. No, everybody, everybody. He's offered the crumbs from the state while they want to go fund gender whatevers in another country. Are you kidding me?
They literally thought they could get away with that.
Gender studies in Pakistan. What?
What? Oh my God! Look, no. We need to stand together on this one. I mean, if you're going to spend $3 trillion and try and hand out $600 to 330 million people, something's wrong with that math.
Nah, it's got to go back. It's got to go back to. It's got to go back home. It's got to go back to us because.
How about zero pork?
Yeah, because
how about no stimulus ever and open this up now?
Yeah. Absolutely.
I think that's something that we all should have done and agreed upon at the start of this pandemic.
Absolutely.
And that was what my supervisor was saying when I was having to work for little days at a time. I said we should have opened up and we should have opened up and let people, build kind of an immunity from it. So.
Look, I don't normally show for other YouTubers, man, but listen, you share some Eric July around, Young Ripper. He's
absolutely
straight up telling everybody we need to dissent. We need social dissension. We need to just rise up and say, no, we're not doing this. This is ridiculous.
He's been so on the money since day
He's
one.
been on point.
I don't think I could have made it through this year without him.
No
I swear
shit.
to God, he is an amazing human being.
More people need to hear that. I share him on my Facebook all the time.
And one thing you need to learn about Young Ripper is that when you come to him, you better be sure that you're 150% on point.
Yeah.
Because he will break it down.
Mm-hmm.
Any arguments you got, he will destroy it. So you need to make sure that there's not a single flaw in whatever counter argument you're giving to him.
And even better, he doesn't punch down. He just laughs.
No, he doesn't.
In your face.
Right.
So if you're small fries, just prepare to be embarrassed.
There are some takes that I think that Eric does that I don't like, but for the most part, yeah, I pretty much agree with everything he says.
Yeah, like I'm not 100 with I'm not like every. Yeah, you're right, Christy. I'm the same way.
I'm not either.
Honest to God, though, like as far as his stance of the elites don't care about us. They do not. We are the peasants. We are simply the poor and working class. We're all poor in their eyes. They live in an entirely different sphere of reality. They live in an entirely different world, and they don't care about us unless we all come together, all walks of life, and just tell our states we are not having this anymore. This
the majority of Europe's been protesting.
Then that is to do that. You see the idiot far leftists out there making a fool themselves in Portland, going to different states. Antifa making a fool of themselves. Black Lives Matter's been out there looting and rioting all damn year. It's amazing how most of that dried up after the election, isn't it?
Well, it's still going. It's just not being talked about.
It's still going. It's just not.
Look,
like there's still zones in like Seattle. There's still like Chad zones started popping up back in Seattle and Portland.
They built a wall. Oh God!
Well, yeah.
We had a pretty huge scuffle in Olympia. Antifa attacking people.
Yikes!
Near the Capitol. There was a protest going on.
So if
it's AstroTurf, these people wouldn't be able to afford to create these zones without backers. I mean, it's AstroTurf. It's not a grassroots thing.
And that's right. And that's another thing is that if you're giving out a stimulus, it gives them money to fund them to go out and act the fool, just like what happened at the beginning of the year. Everything needs to open up. All of us
Mhm.
across the board need to stand up. We do not kneel to this shit. You need to open up these states. I'm not going to wear my mask. I'm not going to social distance. Kiss my dick. And we're not
I
doing
ain't
it
kissing
anymore.
your dick, Steven.
You know what, Christy? I will
Kiss those grits. You can kiss
grits. How about that? No, but that's the only way we're going to get through this. It would just it's got to be enough. But as long as there are people that are still accepting the fear porn, that aren't looking for aren't fact checking anything themselves, aren't looking beyond what the media is telling them, what the tube is feeding them, then we're not going to be able to do that. And that's scary. It really is scary to me to watch so many millions of people just cow to the government. We accept this fear. We're not going to fact check. Oh, you must have our best interest in mind. I'm going to stay in my house. I'm not going to visit my family. I'm not going to allow normal to happen. We're going to have to take it back. That's where it's going to get. And I don't care. I'm ready.
Yeah, it's what you were saying. I think it was Wes or it was Bear. I forgot who said it, but like people are ready to get back to work by next year. Like as soon as next year
Ready
begins.
to get back to
Now.
next year?
Now.
Mm-hmm.
People were ready
Right.
5 months, 6 months in.
Mhm.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Same here.
I mean,
Go ahead, Christy.
I was going to say with McKinney, I have the education, I have the work experience for my field that I want to be in.
Mhm.
But you have, for every one job that I apply for, where you would have, there'd be like, they draw the pool down to like 20, 25. You have 100, 150 people applying for the same job. So it's just like everybody is hurting for money.
Big time.
And yeah, sorry, Makini. It's just
No. I completely get it. When I heard what happened to you, I was like, I was in that same. I feel like I was in that same spot. We were all in the same spot.
What
I can't
happened?
blame
missed
you.
something.
I can't blame you any one way, Christy. I cannot blame you.
is Wes
So
asleep?
what happened? What happened, Chris?
No, I'm listening.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's bullshit. I agree.
No, just people losing their job, or you trying to do this, and they're like, I need to work. But I mean, if you're let go from one job, I mean, how many other jobs are there? Like, just you have, let's say I apply for, I don't know, a shitty retail. I'm sorry if anybody that's listening that's working retail. I haven't worked in retail in a long time. But like, I don't like working retail.
Do you want? Well, as far as looking for a job, some advice might be go on salary.com and punch in your job description. And if there's a higher position that has the same description, put that on the resume.
Oh yeah. Trust me, Wes. But what I'm trying to say is, though, it's like you have people that are like applying for like the retail jobs that are just, it's like in droves and droves and droves because so many people are out of work. That's what I'm trying to get. That's
Right.
what I'm like RR said in the chat. People are reaching their limit.
Yep. Absolutely.
Well, they want people to reach their limit. They want them to become completely dependent upon the government. And they want to transfer wealth. It's just all the way to the top, which is really what all this comes down to. It's just stealing more money from us and putting it in the pockets of the wealthy. Because look at them. Look at what they're doing. They're still skiing. They're still having family gatherings. They're still going to boutique. They're still going and getting their hair did. They're still going to fancy restaurants. This is all this. What? Who laughing? What? Somebody saying something?
Going to restaurants with 30 other people at the same table, completely unmasked.
Completely.
Wink,
Right.
wink.
By the way, just an aside here, folks, you can go on to the abc.ca.gov and file a complaint on that restaurant if you want to. And make sure that you include links to that video of that indoor illegal gathering. Just saying.
Right, brother.
Yeah, use their NARC number against them.
Yeah.
Yep.
What is it called? What is it again?
The French Laundry, and maybe I'll post a link to that.
Yeah,
Okay.
post a link to that.
Yeah, do that, brother.
Yeah, I was told to use the NARC number. That was an experience. That was funny.
Wow.
Mailing it in and writing is always better.
Yeah.
A brother is just trying to go to the club. All right, that's just it. That's just. Can we just open it up? I have work that I have to do, money I have to make,
Like,
and beds that I have to sleep.
like, listen, we can open up. Listen. I want to open up in everywhere except for Hollywood. I'm just
Well,
saying, you know what?
So,
Just,
never mind. I'm not gonna go there. That's a bad
Oh,
joke.
sorry.
Are the strippers getting the coke? Are they essential workers?
Tillium,
Well-
that's the problem. They don't have a soul anymore.
no.
They never did. I
Nope.
mean, if you really look into it, never did.
Nah, it's just like this. 2020 is the year that made me hate celebrities altogether.
2020, really?
That
Well,
long?
to be fair, 2019 was I was reaching that breaking point, but 2020 was just like, no, screw all y'all, let this burn.
You are paid to entertain me. That is all
Yes.
you are to do. And my money, that all the money that we pay for film, for collectibles, for figures, for like streaming services and stuff like that, for me to watch that pays not just you, but that freaking key boy gif or gip or whatever, what are those, production crew assistant number 4 or something like that. Pay those people too, and they're going to lose their job before some other Hollywood person is going to lose their money or something like that. And that's another thing that I think what frustrates me too is because in Texas, especially the DFW area, there are a lot of local and state actors who have been in a lot of stuff that are affected. You know, like Polly, Latino Slant, how like what I think it's his girlfriend or his wife or whoever that is with the actor or like the extra or just a minor character actor and stuff like that. And it's just it's frustrating because like you have the Alyssa Milanos, you have the Brie Larsons, and you have I can't stand that freaking cunt Alyssa Milano. Oh my god!
I can't either.
At this point.
But it's just I don't care what you're talking about. I don't tell me what to do. I'm not going to listen to it. So why preach it?
I feel the same way.
Because there are thousands upon thousands of people that take that word as gospel. She's an example. That's what it is. It's
people have been conditioned to believe that since 1992.
Yes.
Yeah.
But on the upside, Rock the Vote died this year.
Rock the Vote died this year.
Yeah, it's a joke because it started in 1992 and it didn't work this year very much at all.
Rock the Vote has always died. It died whenever it
was always been garbage, but you never bought in, did you?
I never bought into that.
Never.
Yeah, exactly.
Never.
That's the difference. Neither did I. But people did. And not so much this year.
I mean, well, that's the thing. I remember like when you had, especially like, I voted like for the first time in 2003, and you have like that Rock the Vote stuff. The celebrities are like the Puff Daddies or P Diddy, Jay-Z, whatever hell his name is, all talking about this, Beyonce's, and half of them didn't vote.
I know.
Or weren't even registered to vote.
Yeah. I mean, they kicked off the campaign with Ben Affleck, and he had not voted at that time when he was old. Like 2 or 3 elections he could have voted in. Probably
Think
2.
about. Go ahead.
I posted the link to that the complaint form with alcohol beverage control in the chat there. If anybody's in California and wants to send that in on French Laundry for Newsom's the violation of the restaurant.
Clowns.
That's crazy. Oh my goodness. Puff Diddy. I don't know.
Like I remember there was that whole like it reminded me of the similar situation that was going on this year with LeBron James doing that whole vote or die thing, and like half the people weren't like even registered to vote in the first place.
But that also is a libertarian ANCAP thing about not voting. and they pretty much tried to. I suppose they tried to, or maybe did copyright it, but they're just kind of making themselves out to be even bigger asses because they don't know the origins of it. So go figure.
Yeah. So who knows?
I'm voting
Okay.
for Cock in 2024. Fuck it.
You know who I voted for this year?
Hmm.
Elvis Presley and Han Solo as for president and vice president.
That is badass.
Nice.
Well,
I just-
well, it looks like Alcohol Beverage Control changed their website, so that doesn't link to the PDF anymore.
Oof.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder why that happened, huh?
Yeah, that's a little bit
Gee,
strange.
I wonder why.
Pretty suspicious, eh?
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit weird.
Does Drew need to come back in?
Yeah, Drew, kick me out. I can go get some coffee, bro. Come on.
DJ, I wasn't going to vote for Kanye, but apparently he got like what, 100,000 votes or 50,000?
He should absolutely run for governor of California. I'm not even joking. He should totally.
Why not?
I think we
Exactly.
I
need
will vote for him in a heartbeat.
I know.
It wouldn't even-
Jim Gallagher is the guy you want to be the governor of California.
Mm-hmm.
He was the guy that sued Newsom.
Okay, but can he be the lieutenant then, just for shits and giggles? Come on, we need a
Yeah,
staff.
of course.
Isn't there already like a campaign to recall Newsom?
Oh man! All right, Steven's grabbing.
Yep, they're at about a million
Wait.
signatures now. They need 1.5 million, so looks like it's probably going to make it.
Steven get coffee?
Yeah, Steven's grabbing copy.
Yeah, get some Walton's best brew. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was just gonna shoot LDG Pixels a link because he's speaking. We were talking about other platforms. Pixels actually working on one.
Nice.
He's building one of his own, and I was gonna send him a link, give him the opportunity to talk about it a little bit, and I'll link him, and then I'll probably step back out and let him talk about it for a few minutes because it sucks. I went, I got rid of the paid plan. I only had it for a little bit, and I mean, hell, I can't afford that, so I just I went back to the free pleb plan, and I'm down to 6 people. So
Really, 6 is enough.
oh, it is normally, but I got a lot of friends, and I like having everybody on because you know what, when we get going like this, that's the beauty of you guys, because everybody's has a good amount of wisdom and brings a unique perspective, and I appreciate that because that's what makes me happy, that I'm friends with all of you. So let me I've got this long list of messages I have to scroll down to get people
I like Steven. We're talking about the coffee, and I put the coffee and poop emoji in the chat, and they're talking about enemas, and he in the backstage, he's private chat. He's like, "Yes, bitch," and I was like, "That's for me." I can always back out if need be.
Yeah, you can back me out too.
Jeez, oh man, guys.
Well, I think they're trying to get me to play Among Us for a few games, so I don't know.
Are you gonna jump in and play then?
I don't know. I don't know if they're still going. That's the thing.
Yeah. All right.
I only like video games with gratuitous violence and a good soundtrack.
Oh, I thought you said you don't like video games with gratuitous violence.
that's what I heard too.
No, I do. I only like them.
I
have to have gratuitous violence. Come on.
Look, I'm a child of the '80s, so I like games with gratuitous violence and full frontal nudity. Okay, you know, I mean that's like that's
Played
my
Mortal
jam.
Kombat when I was 6.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah, with
I
my
mean-
little brother.
I mean, you know that's why I was having fun with Cyberpunk because there is at least some instances of full frontal nudity.
Well, their patch ruined everything, so that's
I actually didn't have a problem. I'm still not having a problem.
Yeah,
it crashed 7 times in an
you're
hour
in
for me.
but you're in the minority. True.
Well, you didn't.
Those who say they're in the minority.
Yeah, even after the patch, it's still running. You know, I get a stutter here and there, but for the most part, it's running. You know, the same as it was the entire time. The only thing I run into is I get every so often like unlootable loot or silly glitches with the game mechanics, but.
Oh man, my melee dildo disappeared, and it's like
mine like the last crash I had was early today, and it was right when I was watching the gang just beat up on a girl or something. I came and run in. I was about to the moment I was about to throw a punch at him, it just crashed. It's like, come on now.
Steven, there's actually in Cyberpunk there is a weapon. A melee weapon that you can find that is a, and I think it's an epic quality weapon.
Mm-hmm.
If you're familiar with Saints Row,
it sounds like a lightsaber.
Yes, it's familiar with Saints Row. It's
Sir Phallus a lot or something like that.
Yeah,
it is a dystopian future. So
dude, you could kill someone with like 1 or 2 hits on that thing. It's great.
Yeah.
I actually use the mono wire, which is one of your cyberware weapons, and that thing.
Right.
That thing is absolutely wicked. I love it because it's like a cross between a whip and like just this weird dismemberment tool, and you can just like go. If you use like a strong hit on an enemy, it just like dismembers them. It's great. I'm like, yes.
I'm having so much fun with this. I think it's an epic smart gun that it sets it. I told it just set it to
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I decided to set it to what was it? Puppy level pacifier, where it just shoots everyone in the knees and just cripples them. I just love doing that.
Nice.
I like violence.
Yeah. Same, Wes.
I want to see heads exploding.
Yeah. We were having a retro gaming discussion the other day. I remember, we were talking about the good old days of the arcades and stuff, and how I don't think that's ever going to be replaced. That feeling is never going to be replaced. And I love my gaming now, but nothing's going to be what we had back in the day, because those were experiences.
Oh, you know what I was doing besides playing darts over at buddies?
What
was that?
Well, you know that he's got this old golden axe cabinet.
Oh, okay.
And he had his friend install a Pi arcade emulator.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got all the joysticks and all that stuff set up and hooked up.
Yeah.
And so we've been playing old arcade games.
That's awesome.
There's thousands and thousands that we haven't played yet.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Man, every old arcade game you can think of, even the Japanese ones.
Okay,
the fighting ones. Yeah.
I am gonna head out. They want me to play a few rounds with them, so this is fun talking with y'all, and everything like that. And welcome back to live stream, Jiro. I miss listening to you, Kate, Bear.
Yeah,
see you again.
I'm
Christy.
I'm just really glad to hear you're doing better, Christy.
It's still looking, but I mean, it's just it's a nightmare.
Well,
But
Christy,
have
I'm
they-
glad that you came on. And I knew this was something that you felt passionate about, and that's why
Mhm.
I kind of dropped it in the Among Us group. I know it isn't really for that.
I know.
But I totally dropped that little nugget in there because I'm like, I know Christy's going to be on this stream at some point. So I dropped it in there.
All right, gentlemen and Miss Lady, have a wonderful day or a wonderful evening, except you, Steven. Fuck you. Bye, guys.
Christy,
Bye,
Christy, if
Christy.
I don't talk to you tomorrow, Merry Christmas, hon.
You
Merry
too, and
Christmas.
the same for the rest
Merry
of everybody
Christmas.
else. Bye, guys.
Yep.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Night.
guys.
All righty. So we're just waiting on Pixels. I sent him a link, and we'll pull Steven back in because I think he got his copy. So Pixels, I sent you the link. Just grab it in your DMs.
Okay, he says he's ready.
Yeah, I already DM'd him. You know. I don't know if he got it. Maybe it's because he's not following me back on Twitter, even though I DM'd him.
Oh, it's in that approval folder.
Yeah, I sent it to you, Pixels. It's in the I DM'd you directly.
Check your Twitter approval folder for people that never sent you a DM before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was pretty impressed with Pixel's idea because he's trying to put together a free and open platform to actually circumvent all this nonsense, and I'm hoping that it gains some traction because I know that's an immense amount of coding and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he has multiple developers working on it or if he's doing it 100% solo, but man, that's it's a hell of an undertaking. So I salute him for that.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Big time.
And if somebody from the community makes it, I guarantee you that we'll support it. We'll jump on it, because that's, that's just the way that this community works. So, all right. So, Pixel said he got it. So, all right. Just waiting on you, buddy. But yeah, Makini, I have been lucky with Cyberpunk. I'm actually working on an article about how Halo, the new Halo game, Halo Infinite, can kind of learn from the problems that Cyberpunk had, so that AKA not rush the game.
There's a lot of potential with Cyberpunk, but I think the problems.
Yeah.
The menu is broken. They did that update, and I've got the RTX 2080 graphics card. It was supposed to do something with the ray tracing, and I have these grid lines everywhere with the ray tracing on, and the ray tracing was beautiful before, and now it's just like a very ugly game. So
for the 2077,
yeah.
Did you download the latest specific game only drivers for it?
Was it 1.05?
The NVIDIA, the latest NVIDIA drivers for Cyberpunk.
Yes.
Okay, then Cyberpunk's just a piece of shit, undeveloped game that should never have came out incomplete.
Yep, pretty
Seems
much.
that way, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It's what they do now. It's not like the good old days like Nintendo, and you buy Super Mario Brothers 3, and you actually have a complete game. Developers will do this on purpose, and they'll release a game in order to turn the users into a free testing environment because their own developers can't reach deadlines, or they try to bite off more than they can chew, creating a game in the first place. And not only that, but they're not hiring. They want to save money in the long run by hiring these cheaper game developers that haven't spent decades finishing this stuff. I mean, you look at GTA and you look at other games like, excuse me. I mean, there's so many games that have done this before. Character creation. I mean, I've played a wrestling game that had better character creation than this, minus the digital wang. And they're making these mistakes that we've already coded and fixed decades ago, and they're making the same mistakes the old experienced developers have figured out how to do it right. I mean, you ever try to drive a car in 2077 and it's like you're playing freaking launchums, micro wheels launchums, for God's sakes.
Yeah, it's not very good in certain places for sure. So Pixels, talk a little bit about Project Prometheus and what exactly you're trying to get done, and just what all is going into it, how you're developing it.
Well, I appreciate it actually, because Project Prometheus has been a long-term project for me. It's something I've been working on ever since I was 15 years old, and I graduated. I had my first senior programming, certification program that I did. I mean, I love computers. I'm a computer nerd. I know more computer languages than I know human languages, and I'm far more efficient at it. I've been doing this forever. Been fixing computers, working on computers, programming computers, and the day. Okay, so the only book I've ever read besides a computer book was Mortal Kombat, and before that, it was Cat in the Hat. When I got my first computer book, it was like the world opened up to me, and I could not believe what computer can actually do. I started tearing open computer books like it was no tomorrow. I went from being 15 years old in a computer programming class. Within 2 years, I had people who were 3 times my age coming to me instead of the teacher. That was my gift. My car breaks down. I don't know a damn thing, but computers, I just happen to have the gift for it. And so I started being a computer geek. I started, fun for me was how to tell a computer to do something, figuring out how to do certain things, like, sending a message between 2 programs under a monitored network, sending a message without actually sending the message, breaking codes like your excuse me. Your driver's license code is one of the first little programs I created, was cracking your driver's license code. Excuse me. How to turn a 3-letter password into a 20-letter password without any additional information that the keyboard actually gives you. I had fun doing all of this stuff, and it took me years to develop the algorithms and wait. Not only that, but actually wait for computers to get strong enough. And then one of the problems with programming and we all know this in our own way, is video games, right? Remember video games when we were playing Nintendo and they couldn't do what we wanted the games to do. We were stuck with crappy graphics and couldn't do this and that and the other. We have just now gotten to, and in the last 10 years, in the 5 years specifically, gotten computers fast enough to do the kind of stuff that I was dreaming about 25 years ago. The internet speeds are fast enough to be able to hold and to allow you to have the tools and resources needed to run the kind of programs that would be able to reach out and find the information you need to process the programs needed to have these cool little apps that you see today. One of the things I'm seeing, and I am so for freedom of speech. All right. I love the internet because the internet embodies the fact that you have this free exchange of ideas and thoughts. Supposed to be, exactly. And then the fact that I'm disgusted for the fact I'm happy he's not signing the bill because of that stupid weaponizing the DCMA, but he's not signing it for all the wrong reasons. I don't even think he mentions the DCMA.
He's not signing it because he wants to not give away
money to other countries.
Yeah, and they should.
I heard that.
Yeah, and
I agree.
They shouldn't. I mean,
I agree,
dude. You've got a huge problem with poor people all over this country, and they need to be taken care of. You can't be taking care of foreigners ahead of your own citizens, for God's sakes. It's just you can't do that.
I agree with that. As far as being a politician, I can't say much, but I do agree with the fact that we need to be taking care of us before we can take care of others, and giving other people more money than us. I mean, look at me. I literally, my father lost his job. My mother lost her job. I had to come back just to pay the bills thanks to COVID.
Exactly.
And I had to take a $3,000 hit because I was in a 2-bedroom apartment that I had to cancel my lease on. And COVID is not a reason to get out of that agreement, which cracked me up beyond belief.
Which, by the way, really quick, just to jump in, want to let everybody know, man, this man, LDG Pixels, he's a good dude. He's criminally undersubbed, and many, many times, sometimes he'll have 1-2 viewers, but the guy has an open tech support stream like almost daily, where anybody can come in, and if you have a computer issue, you can go right in there and he'll sit there and troubleshoot with you. So you don't have to call some fancy number, anything else. You just jump in Pixel's stream and he'll hook you up. I mean, it's just what he does. It's what he likes to do. And he's criminally undersubbed. So let's try to give him a boost, get some eyeballs
Appreciate
on
that.
his channel, because he deserves it. And like
just
I
for
said,
the record,
Pickles,
yes, sir.
no, like I said, if you get a platform up and running that is stable, functional, it can do the things that like YouTube, DLive, places like that can do. If you get a platform up and going like that, this community will support you. We will jump on there and be the OGs of the platform.
And that's exactly what I'm trying to do with my channels, not only to grow my personal IT business. Because my desk looks like the Starship Enterprise. I run a remote IT department where I help small businesses manage their servers, their computers, help desk, their backups, the whole 9 yards. I've been doing this forever. But my platform idea for Prometheus, and that's just the project name, that's my life dream. But here's the thing. Even I know I didn't come on YouTube thinking I was just going to say, I have a dream and have millions of people immediately follow me. It's going to be a long road, but one of the things that one of you said it earlier, and I don't remember who it was, but they were talking about how the so-called platforms would stop somebody from trying to do something like this. And you're absolutely correct. In order to get it done, you would need to do it in a way that they would not be able to stop you. A true public platform will, no matter if it's my design or someone else's design, will not succeed without the people. And that's why I spread the word about Prometheus. I cannot even begin to make it open to the public if I don't have the people that actually say they want to use it, that back the idea, that understand it, and are willing to follow me into this new realm. Because a lot of things I hear today, and it really aggravates me, and and I know it's because this is my field. Okay, this is I know computers inside and out. Is people leading with misinformation, and thinking one thing, but really it's another. Like, for instance, calling YouTube a platform is a fucking joke. YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, all of them, MySpace, they're not platforms. They're bus stops. The platform is the internet. That is the platform. Okay? The problem is we're allowing these companies and these $1 million corporations to hire people like me to join the dark side, per se, and create these freaking programs that do nothing but tailor to them. Even on YouTube, you have these little features, this whole server client format that they use. And by the way, there's a lot more than that. And Prometheus's client is peer-to-peer based. And if anybody knows anything about computers, you know that peer-to-peer blows the water out of any client server based app out of the water. We are so hand-tied on these so-called bus stop platforms, and the little bit of power that we do get is being used against us. For instance, your
Well,
thumbs up and thumbs down,
yeah.
that's not for the channel. Do you know what those thumbs up and thumbs down are used on YouTube? They're used to label the viewers, not to mark the content you're watching. If you thumbs up a bunch of flat earth videos, you are labeled as a flat earther. If you thumb up a bunch of porn videos, you are labeled as a porn viewer, etc. And all the different types out there. YouTube uses those thumbs up and thumbs down against you. You should not be thumbs up. And I know this is crazy to say, but you really should be careful what you thumbs up and what you thumbs down on YouTube. As far as the channel is concerned, thumbs up and thumbs down are 100% subjective to the channel owner, and I'm very loose on that term. Even I say this is not my channel, I just live here. We sign the terms and conditions given to us as an ultimatum. We sign away our platform. Our channel is not ours on YouTube or Twitter. They can block us, they can stop us, they can limit us, they can kick us, they can ban us on a whim. Anything that says terms and conditions followed by our discretion, subject to change, is a fucking joke. And Prometheus is built on one thing: your terms, your conditions, a user end program that lets you hook up to the net instead of the net hooking into you. We need control over our digital footprint and power over what you want to see, think, hear, say, and do. End of story. It's the best way I can advertise Prometheus as far as how it works and what it can do for us. Because right now, the TVs.
I was just gonna say, this is the biggest thing that people are looking for: the ability to do what we do here, which is like make videos, whatever, have archived content, and also have the ability to live stream when we want. You know, as long as we have that ability to have that that static content and then also be able to live stream, you know, that's what people are looking for. And as long as that stays archived, you know, and everything under the stuff that we create, as long as we have that, hey, you know, we're happy. You know, because I would be happy to go to a platform without the dumbass restrictions of this one or with Twitch. You know, and so would you know, my other brothers and sisters of the community. Guaranteed. You know?
All right. I hear that's what I fight for, brother. And that's what LDG Pixels is for. If you guys do have any tech issues, and it doesn't matter if you're a viewer or a channel host, I've been doing work for a lot of people ever since I've opened. And for the record, I'm between 15 and 20 viewers right now. Not too much. I'm growing slowly, but we're having lots of fun. So if you guys ever have any issues, and I do more than just that, I do graphics, I do audio, I have a bachelor's in media production, anything at all. If it's XSplit related, OBS related, computer tune-ups. I've got what I call faster than you first got it tune-ups. I'll go through your computer. It takes a few hours, and by the time I'm done, you will notice your computer actually running faster, especially for those who are using OBS and XSplit, or if you own a Mac. Don't get me started on Macs. Any questions at all, come see me. I even host, so technically I do it now. I'm sorry for a shameless plug, but it's related. I have two
go
channels.
ahead.
So
plug your channel, man.
Thank you, appreciate it. My LDG Pixels channel is where I usually stream at 11 a.m. Usually. Now I just recently lost my voice for about 2 weeks, and I'm having a slow comeback, but I am coming back. I usually do a stream around 11 a.m. Make myself available, see if anybody's new in the chat, give out my information, phone number, email, all that fun stuff. I host a StreamYard, a permanent StreamYard, where you can always pop in. You can add that link as your favorite. Always pop in if you have a question, or if you just want to hang out. I do what's called a backstage pass, where you can hang out with other channel hosts. People come in, and I got 4 people in there watching us right now. Always pop in and hang out, see what's going on. Need some help, screen share, help you out with something. I had Miss Fallon Fallon Reacts. I don't know if you know Fallon Reacts. She
Yeah.
came in today. I gave her some analytical help, helped her with the thumbnail. She was in and out in an hour or two, talked for a little bit. Have a nice day. Come chill. But my second channel is called Pixelate. And what I do with that is that's my channel where I separate from LDG Pixels as far as a professional basis. That's my community channel where I stream while I'm working. We do open panels. I do watch parties. If anyone still needs help, I'll help them there. But I host what's called the waiting room. And the waiting room is the stream between the streams. So if you're not watching any of these lovely people, you can come to me, hang out in the waiting room. It's a place where you can put up your feet, hang out, chill. We talk about whatever, we do whatever, we hang out. I promote those who matter. I post it up here. You'll see who's streaming, who's about to stream, who's uploading. Go see them, go hang out. And then when they're done, come on back and have some fun. So that's LDG Pixels and Pixelate.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on and explaining that, brother.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
You know.
Yeah, great stream, brother. And I hope that they do something with this stimulus package because we need the help.
Well, yeah.
I know I'm not the only one who needs the help. Who's busting
Dude, we all
stay in their house.
Yeah, we all need the help. If it wasn't, you know, and I'll tell this personal story because I was going to tell this Wes's channel and we saved it for now. But, you know, I mean, I'll be completely real with y'all right now. Like, as of a couple days ago, like we didn't have shit in the house for food, right? And the money is it's gone. Like we're just like until probably January 2nd, we got nothing. So my mom and I, my friend Tabitha and Hale, my friend Tabitha, I've known her for 18 years. She and I go way back in the day. You know, I know her from gaming and things like that. And we've never met in person, but we're as tight as two friends can be. You know, I've been there for a lot of her major life events and she's been there for me. And she like just didn't say a word. She just like just today I get a text on my phone that there's a grocery order ready and I'm like, huh? Because it came from like the other grocery store up the road from me. I'm like, what? I didn't order anything. She ordered us nearly $400 worth of groceries and you know, didn't say a word until I picked it up. And then she called me and said, Merry Christmas. You know, she's like, that's from me and my husband. And it just blew me away, dude. I mean, you know, it's just like something like that. But, you know, this is why there's all kind of people out there struggling. And that's why that $600 garbage package that they tried to throw in our face is just such hypocritical garbage.
It's a nothing burger, though, and it's not humanitarian.
It was. I mean, there's people out there struggling that need real help, and I'm fortunate, you know, that happened, and whatnot. But man, you know, if that wouldn't have happened, we'd have been screwed. And there's a whole lot of people in that same position. But you know, things really need to get done. But the problem is there's so many of these politicians that are just not about us. They are about themselves. They are not about us. They are not about the American people. They are about themselves. And what needs to change is, like Kate said, we need to get their attention and we need to get them assholes the hell out of there. You know, there needs to be term limits. That's the thing that I don't think I've ever seen. And
no, they'll never bring that up. Well, there's like I think Rand and Massey have perhaps passively, but then you don't want people like them to not be there. And I would say that perhaps an age limit, like you have to be between 35 and 75, which would get rid of a lot of the crappy people, because guess what? They're over 75.
Well, I would be more in favor of that than term limits, because
I agree. Yes,
we
because
have
I've absolutely, I have thought this through, because I was all for term limits, but then after years went by, I'm like, well, fuck, I don't want Rand to go away.
Well, we have them in California, and all that did was the staff. The elected officials would come in and out, but the staff would stay the same. They just ended up being the lobbyists would have their way with them because they were inexperienced on how to deal with the lobbyists. So I don't support the term limits, but what you're talking about, an age limit, I think that might not be a bad idea, especially when you look at bribing. My God.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, I mean, you got these.
For fuck's sakes, Nancy's 82 or some shit.
Yeah,
she is the aunt. She is the aunt of Gavin Newsom, by the way.
Yeah,
I know.
That is his
you know
aunt.
what's also the best part about her? She was totally on board with the dude who was all for the Kool-Aid. Like they were friends.
Oh yeah,
I love that. It's hilarious to me.
I mean,
I forget his name. I'm sorry.
It's a joke.
Jim Jones.
Yes, Jones.
And that's what I'm saying. They're supposed to be
employees, but they're not.
A system of checks and balances. Mm-hmm. And there's no checks and balances whatsoever on any of these branches of government anymore. Mm-hmm. I mean, it seems like they just run roughshod over the people. And, the way it's going, it's getting increasingly authoritarian to where, it's like, well, don't question us, or guess what? You're going to get locked up, or you're going to be silenced, or this or that. And it's crazy. Right now, we've got a serious poverty problem. We've got a serious homeless problem. And I just want to see people be able to make it. I just want to see people be uplifted. I want to see people not.
But none of that will ever come from government. They will never, ever pay restitutions. Nope. They don't give a fuck. They want their ivory tower. And the only way to fix this is to do exactly what your friend did, because that's what human beings do.
Well, this is why I say I'm so happy to see, like today, I know, one of our community members, I know Mary, was in a bad spot, and to see the community rally around Mary Mayhem today and help her out of that bad spot was absolutely amazing. Willie, you have a great night. Sleep well, my friend. Take care. Thank you for being here.
Bye, Willie.
Night.
It was amazing to see how the community came together for her. And I think that is what I love about the men and women in the greater YouTube community that is amongst the circle that we talk with and hang out with, and everything that we know. We all uplift each other and look out for each other. And that is the most important thing, because you know what, the government certainly isn't going to look out for us. So, I love the fact that, at the end of the day, we all look out for each other. It's not who has the bigger channel or who has the smaller channel. We look out for each other as human beings. And that's what I love about it. Even if some of the community is squabbling right now about, which way is up and which way is down with Star Wars, but
that's okay.
But I mean, to be fair, at the end of the day, the arguing goes by the wayside when somebody's in trouble, and that's what's impressive about this community.
But they're arguing about stuff that kind of is more fun, though. Is this good? Is this bad? Versus this all sucks and go away.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm sure you agree, Pixels.
Oh yeah, I mean, well, to tell you the truth, Star Wars seems to be healing. I'm a Star Trek fan. We're screwed, and I feel even worse with Doctor Who fans.
Though, I've heard the opposite, and I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm not a fan of any of this stuff, but I called it years ago, and I feel for you so much. I couldn't oh, fuck, I'm gonna start crying if I just bring it up. So no, yesterday what day is it? It's Wednesday now. So
Yeah,
Monday.
it's Wednesday
Is it?
now.
It's
yeah.
but
Keeps changing.
so but
I haven't even mailed my Christmas cards yet.
Oh God. But the impromptu dark council, like you have middle-aged dads just in absolute tears because they finally got what they wanted since they were kids and teenagers. I couldn't
Luke.
not cry.
Mhm.
Like it's just because like my dad is a lot like, not that I have any attachment to Star Wars at all. I don't give a fuck. I want y'all to be happy. It doesn't matter what I want. But like it was hard to watch. I mean, it's very heartwarming, but oh my God, I was crying like the whole time.
Yeah,
Well, I still am having trouble accepting that I'm middle aged.
I get,
yeah,
I look it, so there's
yeah.
definitely-
Unfortunately, I look every bit middle aged. I've accepted it. I'm the middle aged ugly duckling, but at least I got. At least I hopefully I bring some smiles, and I got some wisdom about some things. Hopefully,
well, if you stand up straight and wear clothes that fit and have game, you'll be fine.
Well, hey.
Oh,
advice.
yeah.
I have friends that are like that. And they do
yeah,
just fine.
I thought for sure that Trek was in a better position, before Mandalorian season 2 came out, and after Mandalorian season 2, I have mixed feelings. I look at Mandalorian season 2 and I'm like, that's great, that's what I wanted, and then I also see the devil on my shoulder says, I'm very pissed off about the sequel trilogy, more so now because they could have done a good story.
Yeah.
They wanted to.
Yeah.
They could have given us the Luke Skywalker we wanted, and they didn't because of this stupid agenda. And so I have mixed feelings. I ran like a Twitter poll on this, and
it seems like most everyone does, at least and I'm outwards looking in, and I don't mean to sound like nana and a boo boo or anything, but like I went to a charter art high school full of nerds who were so stoked when the third movie came out, third prequel, and and they dressed in garb and went to the midnight showing, kind of nerds.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean,
I get it.
I'm sorry, but what they did to Skywalker and the Rise of Skywalker, what we got in Picard, I see that equal.
Yeah.
You had Jean-Luc Picard at the Starfleet headquarters having to spell his name. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, it was garbage.
He had to spell his name to the guy in the front desk. And then once he did that, he was like, "Oh, good to see you again."
Dude.
And as a fan of gratuitous violence, I have to say that Picard disappointed. I'm no longer a fan of gratuitous violence.
And then Pixel
not well done.
And then 10 minutes later, he gets bitched out by an old lady.
Exactly. Who knows her like the back of her hand? Exactly. Exactly. And don't get me started on the Borg garage door. Why couldn't Data find that during Best of Both Worlds? Ain't no garage door would just kill all the damn Borg. And not to mention, we got a series that killed the main character, who happens to be the same name as the title of the show.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Jim. I Picard ain't Picard. I Picard is someone else.
Yeah, exactly.
And we have an advanced tentacle race that can't keep a portal open.
Yeah.
The portal opened up in front of you. You were waiting for the portal. You're a super advanced race, and you can't keep the damn portal open? It's closing. Get the arms out. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? Right? Don't get me started on the magical bullshit hand cue device that can fix anything, right?
Yeah.
Don't get me started on. And the android that says your mind to my mind to your mind. Done. Check, please. I'm out.
Yeah. You put a Vulcan mind meld in an android. Yep. Nope. Sorry. I mean, it's just. But this is the thing. They openly disrespect these IPs, and the problem is, the traditional fans got pushed. We got pushed out. We didn't necessarily get pushed
We're a
out.
dying race.
More so as we got infiltrated by the ridiculous over the top SJWs.
You know
and
what
then,
it really is? It's not just SJWs, but these are all Courtneys.
Just whiners.
You got the third string popular kids who still think it's okay to pick on the nerds. They're fucking Courtneys.
yeah.
If you don't get the reference, I'm kind of disappointed.
No, I get it. but it's just one of those things where, when we push back, when we say, we were here long before you, then what do they say? Well, you're gatekeeping. You're an ist. You're a phobe. You're against you're against non-binary people. You're against gay people. You're against insert whatever color or gender or whatever you want to insert there. They accuse you of it simply because you said we were here before you. We know the IP better than you, and we're concerned about the direction.
I think it's a little bit more than that, and I don't think they weren't giving. We were given things. We were giving an IP to grow on, to learn, to watch, to grow with. The new generation today, what do they have? Twilight? What they don't have, and they're trying to grab our IP. They were never given quality shows like we had.
It's more nichey.
Maybe a couple.
There's a handful.
It is.
It's way more nichey, and
I'm
going to say that I am all for gatekeeping, but I'm a goth, so we're incredibly mean.
Well, no, I am for gatekeeping in this case because Stone Cold Jeremy has it right. They go on about cultural appropriation, but they appropriated our culture, and that is exactly what happened to a large degree. These people started. We referenced Gamergate before, and that was kind of the beta test for them to get in and infiltrate, a hobby or a fandom. They did it there. Then they weaponized media. At that point, got the woke media behind them as far as like the rag sheets like Kotaku and places like that, and then they moved on to the Hollywood IPs, the classic stuff, and the TV shows, and a lot of the science fiction and fantasy, which we were already veterans of those fandoms because it's the stuff we grew up on, and they infiltrated there too because they knew that the companies would go shift and gravitate towards them because if they squawked loud enough about being marginalized, if they organized together and threatened to cancel those companies, well, guess what? The companies don't want the bad publicity. They don't want the accusations of being racist or misogynist or anti this or that. So the companies are going to cater to them and shift away from us. And they banked on that. They knew exactly what would happen. And guess what? That is exactly what happened. The companies pivoted away from us and said, screw you, traditional fans, and latched on to these people. And since then, guess what? They've lost money.
It was all numbers for them, I think. It was all numbers. If you look at hardcore core Star Wars fans, we're dying. We're getting older.
These people,
they're seeing new money.
Yeah,
new people. The numbers outweigh us. We're outnumbered.
I don't think so because these people are essentially 0.3% of the population. I mean, honestly, if we take like the typical extreme SJW people, they're probably about 0.3% of this population. But you know what? They squawk loud enough that they come up like they're 50%.
Mm-hmm. It's typical cultural Marxism.
Mm-hmm. And that's the problem. And they've gone and infiltrated every vehicle possible. And that's a lot of the reason that society's in the shape it is.
Mhm.
Because,
Hey,
yeah.
everything that they were warning about during the Soviet era up until the 90s, until the Soviet Union fell, they were absolutely 100% correct.
Oh yeah, Barry, you Wes and
Hey.
I had that video of the interview with Yuri Bezmenov, and he called it.
Mhm.
And when you live near a major steel production, guess what? You're a nuclear target, because that's the first place a nuclear weapon's going to hit. Growing up near a steel mill in Indiana, growing up in areas like that, that's a place that would get hit first by nuclear weapons.
There's a steel mill in my town. Shut the fuck up.
Serious shit. Everywhere in every country that have nuclear weapons, the major countries that got nukes aimed at each other, Silicon Valley's targeted. Every metal production company in the United States is probably targeted.
Oh yeah,
Aluminum production.
Hey, Drew.
Yeah.
Drew, I'm gonna have to. I'm starting to kind of doze off a little bit. So
No,
I need
hey,
to go to bed. I didn't want to conversation.
It's all good. It's all good, Makini. Thank you so much for coming in, kicking it, hanging out, dude.
Absolutely.
Always great to have you. Please, guys, subscribe to Makini 90, one of the best artists in our community. He
Awesome.
is a mod for quite a few other channels. He is just an amazing guy all around, and he's one of my buddies, man. So make sure you support Makini 90. His drawing streams are awesome. They're great.
Hey, Makini, you have a good night, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to plug two things. Tomorrow we're finishing up a winter drawing, and it's kind of this one's because it's like the Wednesday before Christmas, so we're going to try to get into the Christmas spirit. So I'm just trying to look for just like a lot of people everyone's invited, so we're just kind of just a way just talk, chill back, and we could just because it's Christmas is coming up, I'll just have fun, just talk about that. So, and that's our tomorrow stream, and then on Sunday, Sunday's stream, do you guys remember the whole armpit girl thing that was trending like last week?
Thank you, EVS, you asshole. Actually, didn't someone show it to him first, and then
what was that?
It was like this armpit. It was like this girl's shorter armpit. Well,
she has a Native American haircut and probably isn't Native American.
Yeah, she shaved her head. She has a ponytail, but she shaved most of her head except for her sideburns.
Which is yeah.
Well, if you guys see that, I thought about it, and I'm gonna have some fun redrawing that. I'm gonna do my own version of that on Sunday, just for laughs.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Just airy women's gonna be the theme.
Well, let's say patriarchy. I say okay. You on the list.
Nice, bro.
Oh my god.
All right.
They probably would, but you could totally rope-a-dope them with it. They'd think it's positive, but it's not.
Yeah. I see it as a challenge.
Yeah, you can play some 4D chess with that shit, bro.
I know exactly.
All right.
Anyway, guys.
Merry Christmas and much love.
Merry Christmas. Yeah, if I don't see you guys tomorrow, if you guys can see you guys are welcome. But if I don't see y'all tomorrow, and everybody in the chat, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and all that good stuff, guys. Just keep your head up. Keep your head up, because I definitely think things will definitely get better.
All right. Good night, bro.
Take care, bro.
Love.
Good night.
All right.
Oh, it's only two directions, either much better or much worse. Now, to comment on the nuclear bomb thing, unfortunately, it seems that certain countries have gone a different direction with biological warfare, if you know what I'm getting at.
Oh, yeah.
The
problem with that is You don't have to be near a steel mill to be the ground zero of that.
Yep.
I live in all places to have a pandemic going around in Florida. I literally have everybody from every country mixed into one state. So, I mean, that's why Florida's been like number 3 on this whole pandemic. I'm afraid to go out my damn house. Pretty rough. So I'm really hoping this vaccine is a lot more better than they're saying it is.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah,
I thought we had orbital weapons that could micro target if need be, and take out the armies and not the equipment. If it went there.
Talking about neutron bomb.
No, apparently we have other stuff that.
Neutron bomb will destroy everything except the buildings and all that stuff. Kill everyone.
Well, that's very old tech, though, compared to what we supposedly have now. Supposedly now we can micro target or precision target, the armies of and take them out and have the equipment still left behind from orbit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can radiate the entire planet.
Yeah, you know what? Basically, kids growing up in Indiana when I was a teenager and in middle school age, we played capture the flag, and one team played the Russians, one played the United States. So, and any Indiana boy basically growing up in Indiana that went out in the woods and stuff like that, fish stuff, lived off the land, stuff like that. Every Indiana boy knew stuff like that. I can go out in the woods, disappear. You never find me. I grew up with that. I know how to go out in the woods, do stuff like that. Yeah, I know how to make fire. If I have the right tools, stuff like that to bust a fire, I can bust a fire, no problem. Just being prepared and having what you need. But there was that's how kids and teenagers back then handled stuff like that.
Yeah,
we knew where to get weapons if we had to, and our motto was, well, if we got to fight Russians, we'll fight Russians. And we were teenagers.
Oh man,
different times, man. I'm telling you.
Yep.
Wolverines.
Yeah. Oh God, man, I love that movie. I still, every time that movie's on, I watch the original because the original's great.
Oh yeah,
I like the original and I like the remake. It's not too bad.
The remake's not.
That series Jericho is really good too.
Oh, I love that show.
Oh yeah,
I started watching that.
Yeah,
it was on Netflix.
That's not bad at all. I just I personally refuse to do Netflix because I haven't had Netflix for oh God, I think the last time I had it was probably 3-4 years ago, and I got rid of it. But I would not ever resubscribe just based on the cuties thing alone. It's just a principle that I have. That's my line in the sand, and I won't cross that. I just I refuse to give them any business after that.
That was disgusting, man. That cuties movie.
I think that's absolutely 100% unacceptable. I refuse to subscribe to that HBO Max because remember, Wes, when I did that story about the that one movie, that Unplanned or whatever it was, or whatever the hell that movie was. I can't remember what it was. It wasn't Unplanned. It was a different thing, but those two girls basically celebrating, oh, we're going to have a buddy movie about getting an abortion. It's all trivia. Yeah, no, fuck that. And I won't support HBO Max for that reason. I just have lines in the sand about certain things about support.
I agree with you, but there's a problem with that. The problem with freedom of speech is you have to give people freedom of speech. Though that's not my point. My point is if you would have stopped doing something because of some publisher put one thing out there, do you know what's on YouTube?
Oh, I know.
Do
Yeah.
you think Cuties is bad?
Oh, I know.
Are you going to stop using YouTube because of the stuff that's on there?
Yeah.
Let me tell you, it's 10 times worse than Cuties.
Oh, I know. The just the stuff on Twitter. Remember, Twitter.
Every
Twitter,
platform is going to have something, is what I'm trying to say. They're going to push the lines. It's not just HBO. It's not just Netflix. It's Hulu. It's all of them are going to end up doing this. They're already doing it. YouTube is a big one. If you stopped using YouTube just because you knew what was on it, you wouldn't be able to do anything. You'd stop using all of them, and you'd be stuck using nothing.
Twitter has like almost.
Twitter too.
I don't want to say they've turned a blind eye, but they've been horribly lax in policing stuff that really should be policed. Like, for example, there are a ton of accounts, and we've caught them ourselves just scrolling around Twitter of actual child pornography.
Yeah.
I mean, this is actual child pornography, people. And if you don't believe me, scroll around Twitter. It is there. There is like accounts that do not get suspended that post nothing but CP all over Twitter, and they
Drew and a couple others ran a report campaign on a couple of them.
Yeah. I mean, and you got these people defending themselves, saying, oh, well, we're legitimate. We're the what do they call themselves? The MAPS, the minor attracted persons community or whatever. It's like, are you serious?
They actually have a name.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Yes.
Yeah, and no, what's worse, Pixels, is
I don't doubt it.
I
just don't keep up on it.
These people try to normalize it by they were trying so hard. And Kate, you remember this when they were really trying that push to get into, and they're still trying, I think, to get into the LGBT community and be recognized.
They've been doing that for over 50. Oh, my mic's dying. Yeah, they've been. Okay. Yeah, they've been doing that kind of stuff for over 15 years.
Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely.
It's like every. It is, but it's. I would say every election cycle for the past 30, probably, at least. It's they bring up the conversation of, oh, we should lower the voting age to 16. What do you think they're really getting at? Lowering the age of an adult.
All right.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
But. On that note, it's about 5 minutes to 4 here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sorry.
There you go, man.
I think I am gonna cut it short because I'm fading out. A few other people are fading out, and it's late for me. So I'm
speak for yourself. I'm like a spring chicken.
Oh, I know, Bear. But you're a nocturnal animal, so
I'm both.
Bears are nocturnal. Yep.
Yeah, I usually end on purple, so yeah, I'm good. It's 4 o'clock.
All right. Well, we'll go around the horn, let everybody plug their channels, and we will say goodnight. So we'll start with we already plugged Pixels, so we'll move on to Bear.
Yeah, let Pixel go first.
He already plugged this shit.
LDG Pixelate. I'm good.
Let Wes go. Outro. I gotta get something ready real quick.
Okay. All right. We'll go to Wes then.
Oh, okay. I am Wes Moody, the Wes Moody Webcast. I talk about current events, pop culture, occasional conspiracy theories, occasional car talk, gaming streams, and I will vlog about whatever the heck I want to, because it is my webcast. You can find me at youtube.com/Wes Moody Webcast. Hope to see you there, my friends. Hail.
I'm subbed.
All right.
Oh, all right.
And so, Kate, go ahead and plug away.
And Bear himself.
All right. Well, I have a tiny YouTube channel I experiment with and post whatever. Also, you can find me at Rowan Ginger Raven on most platforms, even if it's spelt wrong. And you're welcome to check out my little itty bitty business on the internets. It's darkentriesdesign.com.
Yep. And you can also catch Kate in the chat of Comics Division when Comics is streaming a lot of times. Usually on Thursdays when we're in there and streaming together, she's in the chat, and she's always a riot and always participating. But yes, let's get Kate some subs, folks. She's very wise, very awesome, and just a really kick-ass woman the entire way around. So, I want to thank you, Kate, for being part of this panel tonight.
Thank you for having me. It's been fun.
All righty. So, go ahead, Bear.
All right, you can find me at Bear Nerd Fun, and we have the late edition on Saturdays. And sometimes late edition or the Four Horsemen's on Fridays. Depends on what's going on. Sometimes beer and darts may supersede on Fridays. So you'll see there's a link for the new song, The Court Jester. And there's also a link to Steven's book. And make sure you go over there and check out the Fandom Menace Volume 2, Rise of the Rebellion.
Yeah, and big thanks to, according to Christy, make sure that you check out Christy's channel, and also thank you to Stephen as well for being on the panel, and of course, Makani and everybody that participated this evening. We had a great conversation, and this was an important topic because at the end of the day, if we don't ask the right questions, if we don't push for our freedom and our liberty, then it's just going to be taken away from us. So it's up to us to not let that happen easily. So until next time, folks. Yeah, what's up, Hicks?
Bear, can you link RGR? Kate's, I can't find her.
Oh man,
on YouTube. Could you post her channel?
Hey, you got her channel listed on your channel, Drew?
No, can you link it in a private chat, Kate?
Yeah, I'll throw it up there if you can.
That works.
Yeah, one sec. Let me meander over to the YouTubes.
Yep, just throw it in the private chat and Bear will put it in for you. All right, but if we don't ask the right questions and fight for our liberty, guys, then it's just going to be taken away from us. So continue fighting the good fight, and let's not let them take it.
Be the wheel grinder for questions.
So again, to everyone in the chat that's been here, Stone Cold Jeremy, Parrot Head, my goodness, we had a lot of people stop by. Mad Mardigan, Makani, Willie Woodward, Jedi Bill, goodness, Hollow Patriot. Wow, TJ Scanless popped in. Spartan Flash Sentry popped in. We had we had RR. We had Lady Toriel, who also has a great channel. Walking Pleb. We had Lopter was in here at the beginning. Tehillim, Roof Korean. We had a cast of thousands stop by in this chat, and I really appreciate the support. Yeah. Really appreciate
Parrot Head.
Everything. Yeah, yep. Of course, the great Parrot Head has. He's always stalwart supporter. But yes, thank you everyone for coming out. Merry Christmas. God bless you and your families. Take care of yourselves and each other. And until next time, remember that freedom is never free. So say we all.
There you go. Good night.
Good night.
Night.